come. They're going to try to destroy it, and it's going to be destroyed by... Oh! Here comes another orbital strike. The Buddha Company, they won a victory!
The Terran Republic is tearing through everything. There's not enough Vanu to stop them.
But I'm freaking out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get a chance to see this live on stream.
That is the underdog story of the century.
Ladies and gentlemen, first I want to say thank you so much for stopping by. We're currently watching the Outfit Wars Breakdown. This game is called Planetside 2. It's a massive multiplayer online first-person shooter on an epic proportion that you guys can never imagine if you have never played this game before. 900 players battle it out on one continent. This game's got 4 continents on the live server, and they brought out a new game mode, and that game mode is called Outfit Wars. 8 years. 8 years. These players have been waiting for some level of competition to showcase live on stream. And we're here tonight to do that breakdown that happened yesterday, where some crazy things happened from Soltec, the best of Asia, the best of Europe, Miller and Cobalt, and the best of the US, West and East, Connery and Emerald. We're going to be discussing all of those little simple moments where we want to see some changes, we want to see some excitement, we want to express our love for the game. And we're here with some beautiful community members who have some strong opinions that want to have discussions on these moments. I'm looking forward to introducing to you every one of these fine ladies and gentlemen and dignified guests here tonight. And so, let's go ahead and introduce the family who wishes to have that discussion together, as well as understanding what we're doing in this Outfit Wars Breakdown. All right. What you guys seeing up here is Outfit Wars. That was done yesterday. I'm just going to pick a random video, push play on it, so you guys can see what it was all about. If you guys wish to check out these VODs at your own time, it is currently in the Twitch VODs section. And then over the course of 2 weeks, these videos will be deleted off Twitch. I'm not a Twitch partner, and when I do become Twitch partner, these will last for 6 months. Twitch affiliates will only be able to have them for only 2 weeks. And so then we will try to extracting them at our own time, posting them on our ArsheeTV space VODs channel. VODS. Or you can go on YouTube/ArsheeTV. Super plugged myself in there. But that's the only way I can express where the hell they went. Let's go ahead and say hello to these fine individuals here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have everybody here from the Outfit Wars Breakdown channel. We've got Comrade, Yuri, Hannibal Forge, and Jason Kane from 2Raft. We also have Odian from KN1. We have Orax, Bodofet, Avocado, Schmitty, Thel from T and SKL, VCBC Fook. You can call him Big something else, Fook. You can also basically have Nikon17, my head moderator, my other moderator, Red Knight, and Pal Tiger from Space Pigs. Every one of these guys are representing different servers, and they all have their own personal statements and opinions. We're going to get a chance to hear all of them in just a minute. But to give you guys an idea how we're going to move through this entire exercise here that we're going to try to accomplish is we're going to hear a statement from each of the new people who weren't here last week. We have statements that were said last Sunday. We're going to hear the statement, identify it in a clear, concise form, put it on paper, and then move on to the next person's statement. The first people that arrived that we went with their statements, we'll break it down. We'll talk to chat. We'll talk to the people here, hear their opinions, give everybody a chance to talk. If we have 2 or 3 speakers speaking over each other, I'm here as your moderator. I'm not going to have popcorn this time. Yesterday, it was my fault. I want to apologize to everybody on stream where I took my popcorn and sprinkled it over my head to show that I was really nervous about one of the contestants that are going to speak here today. That won't happen today. I'll be more professional, and I apologize ahead of time where I basically displayed a little bit of humor that I shouldn't have done at that time. So let's go ahead and basically show you a little bit what's going to happen here tonight. We're going to hear a statement. None of us are going to comment on that statement. Make sure that statement is written out properly. Go through every single person that you guys see here, and then we'll go to the very top from last week's statements that were skipped because of 2 hours to break down their statement to identify if chat likes it, and then also the contestants that are here to speak on that subject can also have a chance to speak on that statement. If statements are overlapping, we'll have a chance to revisit it, or I'll ask for a new statement. So far, we had Hannibal Forge from Emerald, who spoke about the alliance system. An example where if a 12-man outfit squad wishes to join another outfit for Outfit Wars, doesn't have to leave their outfit for the next 6 weeks, they can ally with another 12-man team, up to 4 in an ally. That was an example. We're not here to tell the developers how to develop their game. We're not here to force them to basically build a game. They are the experts. They're the engineers. They have a degree. They're the smart ones here. We're just here having fun, having a debate, identifying how do we be mini developers here, I guess, or just have some constructive conversations as a whole. Again, this is not intended to force the developers to develop a game that they're the authors of the book called Planetside 2. Let's go ahead and basically get a chance to hear what's going on right now. Nycom17, everybody seems to be muted. Is there something happening in this channel?
Am I muted?
No. Did everybody push mute manually?
Yeah.
Oh, so all of you guys actually manually muted. Interesting. Okay, let's look at this amazing committee.
Really?
They took the time out of their times to push the mute on themselves. This is amazing. Let's go ahead and basically have a chance to hear statements from each of these players right now, and then we're going to get a chance to hear their points of view, and then finish that statement, go to the next, and then we'll move on to the current subjects that you guys don't have a clue what we're going through right now. Let's go ahead and start off by making sure that Comrade Yuri from 2RAF at the very top, we're going to hear your statement that you would like to add to this conversation. You'll be below GOTR's Robo CPF's statement that had it earlier, the ability to sign up as exhibition matches on the main server. What would be your statement, Comrade Yuri from 2RAF?
Yuri, you can talk.
Comrade.
Yes, comrades. Yeah, I personally don't really have much to add. I was one of the grunts for 2RAF under the command of Hannibal Forge, so it was a very wonderful experience. So if I have something, I will add it a little later.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for coming by and telling me. So overall, Alpha Wars was really fun for you.
Yes, it was. I'm a relative new player to Planetside 2 as well, so this was all a very incredible and exhilarating experience. Definitely the teamwork has been a big plus.
I love it. Thank you so much for that feedback. Side note, I know you're basically here to listen. Is there anything you'd like to add or take away from Alpha Wars? If not, just say, no, everything's good. Comrade.
Yep, nope, everything's good.
Thank you. Awesome. Let's go ahead and go to the next individual. We have Odian's statement already. We'll basically announce it in just a minute. We have Bodofets as well, and Vlakadu as well. Let's hear Schmitty from T.
Oh, hello.
How you doing, buddy? Could you do me a favor? Tell everybody
Yeah, sure.
where you're from. Do you like long walks on the beach? I'm just kidding. Where are you from as far as servers concerned? How long you play the game for, so we have an identification, how many hours you put in, just because it's like we're trying to do throwing in resumes here. And then also how you like to play this game. And then that way I can type that information in there, and then we can actually hear your statement that you want to talk about Alpha Wars. You get one statement. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I mean, that's a lot of questions. Well,
Sorry, we'll start with the beginning. What server
No
are you
worries.
from?
Yeah, well, we are from Cobalt. We, that being me and Thel, we play for T, that's Toxic Zerg Surfers, essentially, group of friends just playing together. We initially formed First Outfit Wars just so we could all play together because the individual outfits weren't big enough, so we are essentially Alliance turned into Outfit, and we are solid community now, I'd say, mostly. That's about it. I've been
Perfect.
playing the game for many years, since closed beta, so
Over 9
kind of
years.
on and off. So, yeah, too long, I guess.
I love it. What is your statement that you'd like to talk about here today? Have these amazing individuals here to discuss. Sorry, this way. And everybody in chat. What would be a statement that we want to have that discussion with?
Okay, so I want to prephrase this by, like, me and Thel, we both split the two main arguments, so we're both gonna talk on two separate issues. My main issue will be unsportsmanlike behavior and how, I would like to address that. And I think that throwing matches, let's assume there's a forfeit action in the future, but actively throwing a match or direct double teaming should result in punishment for the perpetrators, and that's it.
All right, so I have right here, just to make it very clear and concise about it, unsportsmanlike behavior, throwing matches, and what options
And for example,
are available for those actions. I wouldn't say
just cancel the
punishment.
weaker
I say what
ones.
options are available, because that option's up to the devs. But we'll talk about that more in depth as far as what the community would like to basically understand, and what these are just ideas. Again, we're not forcing the devs. If this turns into something worse by doing Alpha Wars breakdown that I thought would be beneficial for all of you, I think this will be the last time we'll do this. But Schmitty, thank you so much for that statement. Anything else you want me to add to that before I go to Thel?
No, that'd be about it. I guess we can elaborate later on.
Perfect. We're going to go in order for who did it from last week to make sure their statements come through, because they sat for those 2 hours and didn't get their statements. But you guys have a chance to comment on other people's statements. So let's go over to Thel.
What do you want to know, Arshee?
Thel is from Cobalt. You heard it from
Yes.
Schmitty earlier. How much time have you played this game, and what are the hours? What do we get to expect from a player like you?
I've been playing since November 2016. Played for, I guess, 6,000 hours now.
Nice.
Maybe a bit too long.
No, that's actually really good. I mean, again, these are points that was actually, it's good. Don't worry. In this situation, okay.
Yeah,
For
mainly
getting a
infantry.
girlfriend or boyfriend, that's not good. But go ahead.
It's on the list, right? But not discussed here. What I'm going to be talking about, what I want to raise is about alliances, because I think it's good for smaller outfits to have the option to go into an alliance, because it enables multiple smaller outfits to participate in outfit wars, and I think it's good for more communities in the bigger Planetside community to be able to go to Desolation and play if they want to.
Perfect. We had the discussion last week for Hannibal. We'll have that discussion again when it comes to you. It's a summary, what we had talked about, and we'll try to summarize it for you and your statement. Anybody else wants to add to that? If you would like to add to your statement another version, if there's something else you'd like to talk about, because alliances have been discussed thoroughly, and it seems like majority of the opinion love the idea of alliances. Is there? If you would like to add something else later, you can. No problem. Thanks, though.
Yeah.
Let's go to VCPC Fook.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, my dude?
Yeah, good. Yeah, so the I don't know. I guess people who know me, I'm from VCBC. I'm from Miller, right?
VCBC
And,
stands for what? Remember, act like no one knows you.
Yeah, the Vanu Cream Bun community. We're a VS outfit.
Community.
Yeah, we're an outfit on Miller. We officially made it into the playoffs, so we're happy about that now, and we're gearing up for that. And I guess the issue that I wanted to really talk about here was Well, I mean, you already know it, Archie. Where we had an issue on Miller, where last week's matches there were a couple of games that were won by literally 2, 3, 4, whatever, like a handful of people against 2 no-shows, and what that did was that knocked out an outfit, 2 outfits actually, that played the game right. They showed up with 48 people or close enough. They trained, they worked together. You know what I mean? Like, they played the game right, but they just got bad matchups and didn't win or couldn't get enough points. So these Ghost Cap teams went through, and yeah, a lot of people on Miller are not really happy about that. It just, it feels wrong. So yeah, hopefully you get to talk about that later.
No, well said. So right now, just to confirm, going forward, not trying to disrespect anybody here, I had the chance to look over the entire document from what Rel just posted on Twitter about the entire notes that he's built up over the amount of DMs that he's gotten. God knows how many DMs he's got. I pray for the man to get sleep. But overall, a summary why I'm saying get sleep is because when I was doing the 8 outfit wars, every single morning he would be awake saying, "Hey, servers are good. Archie, good to go. Servers are good. Servers are good." That means he was awake at every single one for Soltech, for Cobalt, for Millers, for there's the same time, of course, Emerald and Connery for those 2 days. And I'm the one casting it. He's the one basically doing all this breakdown, making sure that everything's working functionally on his free time. I know that you're saying you guys all can have your own opinions of it, but the guy needs sleep too. And so thanks guys for not basically causing it more difficult for him, but he understands the game better than, in my opinion, than the majority of the world would know. And so I appreciate the idea that this guy actually is taking care of Planetside too. Without this guy, you heard it from when we did the Emerald goodbyes for Carto and Andy. Carto said some amazing words about what it was like to be working at the industry, and said some amazing words towards Rel, and hashtag Rel saves Planetside. And if he leaves, I'm sorry. It's going to be a very tough time.
Hey, Archie, I also wanted to add something that I mentioned to you yesterday. Through my experiences, everybody loves Desolation, and you mentioned that Carto had a big hand in that. And just, if he's listening, we love the map.
Yep.
Good map. Good job.
I would love to know who else did it, but of course we don't want those people to get smacked. But there's an amazing dev team that did this great, beautiful map. Great work, guys, and the sound effects of those Colossus. Oh my god. Fook, one more time. You guys are representing the VS on what server?
Miller.
Perfect. VS on Miller, and you also represent. You did a massive event for Miller, I believe, right? And you guys, what was that event again?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, did the big armor event where we, where we smashed a bunch of Colossuses together, and then a whole bunch of smaller stuff in between, which we'll pick up after Outfit Wars starts. That kind of took priority. So
that's really cool. I just want to make sure you did put the credit out there. How long you played the game for?
Yeah. Oh geez, since beta, like on and off for the last 8 years. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. And one more time, clear, concisely, what was your statement so I can actually finish that statement down?
I wanted to talk about the matchmaking system, because in the playoffs, a couple of teams won ghost matches against 2 no-shows, and that was enough to get them into the playoffs. Whereas teams who, played the game right, as I said, where they showed up with a full platoon and trained and, et cetera, got bumped out because of a bad draw.
From the notes I read from Rel, that's why I was trying to give you as a summary of it. It states in there that he's going to make it the next signups. 48 people have to connect to one outfit, and then you're allowed to sign up. That will prevent that no-show example ever happening again. That means you need 48 people to lock in, and then you have that button to sign up. I think that will solve a lot of the ghost matches, but it won't prevent people from showing up with no-shows. It'll at least stop the empty outfits from signing up.
Right. Yeah, and that's half the battle, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think that's a great solution for now, and we'll talk more about it. So I have matchmaking system, ghost matches, and no shows preventing teams that were full from advancing. Sounds good?
Yep.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Let's go to the next individual. From VCBC, we're going to Nikon. Do you have a statement from Fool that you want to talk about? Nikon is currently muted. we'll go over to Pale Tiger if he is not here.
What?
Pale Tiger, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Let's go and type in Pale Tiger. Do you have a statement that you want to talk about with these amazing folk that are here, as well as chat, that you'd like to have the discussion on? I remember you were discussing something about you liked Outfit Wars Alpha 1 system, and you would like to revert it back to that. Do you want to talk about that subject?
No.
What would you like to talk about? What would your statement that you like all of us to have a discussion on? Because there's a alliance system.
The state of the game. The state of the game.
State of the game. Has anything to do with Outfit Wars?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Well, the state of the game is we've got Planetside 2, which we all play on. All right. And we go through the hoops and that to get to Outfit Wars and whatever. Obviously, the system they've got right now is going to change. I've already said, have you all read the Outfit Wars in perspective? Have you guys read it?
Outfit Wars perspective.
Yeah, it was put up on the
Retrospective.
one of the devs. Retrospective.
Yeah,
one of the
the
devs
changes
put it
they're
up
gonna apply. Yeah.
On the Twitter
like
accounts,
this,
right?
this game, the way it is going to change again in another update.
Mhm.
All right, Outfit Wars is going to change again. All right, and whatever we do now and whatever, it doesn't mean nothing, right? Because it's going to completely change again. Okay, that's happening. All right, they're just running this letting this Outfit Wars run its course, and there'll be changes. All right, so really, a lot of people didn't take it too seriously, the actual Outfit Wars. A lot of people on Connery, on TR Connery, I can't speak for VS and NC, I can only say TR, didn't want to be involved at all in the Outfit Wars and that because of recursion, right? Now, we're not going down the road of recursion, right? But that was some of the reasons, and also the lack of interest in Outfit Wars on TR, right? There was just a massive lack of interest, and I'll be honest with you, we went to the last week or the weekend before when we actually initially played recursion in R18, right? We were down 8 players. Okay, this time we were down 15. And there was nothing. And we got the players there, right? Just no one wanted to do it, right? So we got people in to do, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I got to the point where the training I did was very minimal. Of that, because we all know that this is not the finished product.
Okay, so how do I summarize your statement, if you don't mind asking? Like, you want to talk about, if I had to summarize it in a short, clear, concise way so I can have...
Well, I think everybody's getting precious about a lot of things, but we all got to remember this is not the final outcome of Outfit Wars.
Got it. 100% we know that. That's why we're having discussion to create a better final discussion.
And but they've already stated that they're going to make big changes anyway.
Correct. And you're thinking that... is there anything else you want to add to that big changes that they have on their paper?
Well, I think it should always represent the game itself.
Okay, so the live server having 900 players, 300 versus 300 versus 300, bringing it down to 48 versus 48 versus 48. Let me just summarize my point of view, and I'll have you talk in just a second. I'm going to rant for just 1 second. From what I see, watching you guys for 8 days straight, eight matches straight, sorry, for 2 days, it looks like a live representation of what the live server looks like. Politics, emotions, this person basically wronged you in the live server, I'm going to take it to Outfit Wars. It just looks the same. You won last alert, you're going to get double teamed next freaking alert. And that's the live representation of what Outfit Wars is doing from the live. So they took a live and brought you a micro scale down of what the live looks like. And I think they did a fantastic job of that.
You couldn't have put it any better, Archie.
Yeah.
You couldn't have put it any better. That's, if everybody's listened to that, that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's the current design. But I'm super proud of them for creating a competitive environment that allows... If I was still playing this game from 2012, 2015, I would be super excited about this. And I'm not trying to say that I don't work for RPG. I don't work for Daybreak. But this is epic. And I truly enjoy watching it. You guys are basically showing me tactics that I've never seen before in my entire lifetime as a platoon leader, as a leader of my own previous outfit back in the day. I will never run out another outfit. I'm here to basically be a neutral party because I truly enjoy this community and you guys are freaking awesome. But this is insane. This is the coolest tactics and movements I've never seen before. Like, it's all being captured live on stream, and I can't say we should take it away. This is legendary stuff. But I do believe new game modes should be applied for other ideas that other people want to have fun in too. Like, do you see the massive ring on Sanctuary? Imagine they had a harasser race between all three factions with guns on and guns off. I mean, we can talk about this all day. We're not here to talk about those future ideas. We're here to finish this one statement about Alpha Wars current. And if you've read anything, please, I'd love to hear you add more or remove something from the current system that you are seeing. If there's nothing to add, I'd love to hear your opinions as we move forward on each statement that we hear.
Just on the double teaming, right?
Yeah.
I just want to say that I learned a lot by us going in there. We were all a lot more relaxed, right? Going in with knowing hoping the outcome would be what we wanted it to be, right? But I learned a lot from actually doing that. So, and I think R18 did too, and I think Recursion did. All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's still just remember, it's still not an impossible task for an outfit that's getting double teamed, right, to win. Really, I don't think it's an impossible task.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, we have Schmitty's statement about unsportsmanlike behavior throwing the match and what the opinions are available for those actions. We're going to go with your statement saying a 2v1 is not a problem. Is that okay? And we'll have that conversation on your statement.
No worries.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to use that summary. Thank you. Pale Tiger. By the way, Pale, can you do me a favor and tell me a little bit more about your Bast? How long have you been playing this game for, and where are you from, on what server, and how many hours have you played? So at least...
my first account was on Briggs, right? And I made another account and ended up on Connery. So I spent 2 years on Briggs, or 18 months, and nearly 6 years on Connery.
Awesome. And so what's your faction and what's your alpha name?
Well, we're Space Pigs, right? And we're TR. We came across from VS. We started off on VS Connery. Awesome. And we came over to TR.
Awesome. And
try to level the game out.
Just to summarize up, he's the leader of Space Pigs, and make sure you guys also state like your representation are over there, so that way people know, hey, you're representing your outfit here. So that way you guys are proud of your members. Of course, Space Pigs leads here. He doesn't have to base cask anyone. It looks like we have some new players that actually showed up. We're going to get a chance to hear their statements as well, and then we'll start the discussions on each topic, so that way we all know what the hell's happening. I'm just taking statements, and then we're going to basically talk about each subject. Maximum 2 hours on the stream, so that way I don't drive anyone insane. And it looks like taking statements takes literally an hour. So, sorry about that, guys. So here we go. Pale Tiger's statement was, double teaming is not should be an option in Outfit Wars. Okay. Let's go to...
I have formulated an idea that I would like to discuss.
You would like to have a statement?
Yeah, but everyone who joined in can go first.
No, Comrade, you've been here first. You were waiting for your statement to basically think of it. Please, Comrade Yuri, please tell me exactly your outfit, location, what is your title, how long you played the game for. At least we know who's talking.
Yep. So, Comrade Yuri, I'm with 2RAF on the Emerald server. We are Terran Republic, and I'm relatively new to Planetside too. I think I've been playing for only like 2-3 weeks. But I'm no stranger to FPS games, and I wanted to talk about specifically the infantry play when it comes to Desolation and Outfit Wars. So, in the traditional continent, there's the combined arms element. We, as infantry, oftentimes engage armor and air just in a natural sort of flow or way. On Desolation, and I gotta say, big props to the developers, great map, infantry play is very fun, but the combat there is very siloed. So infantry generally only engage infantry, and then the vehicles only engage vehicles. There's no real, there's not a lot of incentive for infantry to go outside of the donuts to engage armor unless there's like a base somewhere, and even then, only generally the builders are there. So what I was thinking, perhaps add in several map elements, maybe around the donuts, maybe somewhere in between in neutral areas that have medium cover that give bonuses. So sort of like small contestation points. So like if you hold them, the donuts in this specific area will receive more cap points or at a faster rate, or as opposing team, if an opposing team holds it, they cap at a slower rate. This will kind of pull infantry out of these donuts and have them engage armor more often rather than, being sheltered by the surrounding building.
If I might make a personal statement here, let's assume that we don't want to give personal statements on how to be micromanaging their details, because they have gone through extensive testing to get to the stage that they're at right now, and I had a chance to see it, and I had a chance to be a part of that conversation, and the level of intelligence that they have is just astronomical. Our goal here is to basically say, hey, what about reworking the system that we currently see in Alpha Wars to make it easier for infantry play to not be the main focus for taking bases? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna just basically have that as your comment. So, Comrade Yuri, I'm not trying to be disrespectful here. I heard your statement earlier. We just want to have an idea, every single person's background and how long they play the game for, so that way we can be excited that new players are excited about it, and as well as veteran players are excited about it. Comrade, you say you're a new player in this game, or no?
Yes, I am. About 3 weeks. So, yeah, I gotta say, I don't know much about the development process or how much time has gone into this, and I have a lot of respect for the developers and everything that goes on, but I just wanted to voice my thoughts on the infantry plan.
Good. It was good. It was a great thoughts. I just want to make sure that we don't specify specifically how to do it, because it's kind of like similar to telling an architect or a doctor how to do their job. It's like, did you go to school for 12 years? It's like, no.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I just wanted to, kind of give food for thought, just my own personal.
Which was great. I'm 100%. I agree with you. That was a good idea on your. I tried to. That's why I was basically fully focusing on what you're saying. Is like create a objectified statement so we can have fun talking about it. So let's say right now for Comrade Yuri, your statement was, think about a new method to allow vehicles to take capture points and take the pressure off of infantry.
And also to have more engagement between infantry and vehicles. So not just the donuts, but maybe perhaps, more reason for infantry to be outside the donuts.
Yeah. It's just more along the lines of, if vehicles had more options inside of that capture point, it would make infantry, vehicles, and aircraft together. Oh, vehicles as an Aaron. Okay, whatever. Long story short, I hope I summarized that right.
Yep, correct. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Comrade. You're awesome. Let's go over to, I don't know who came in first or second or third. Let's go bring Dr. Moneypants in and as well. But we're just going to go from the top to bottom again, but then we're going to start with statements in order. Can you guys confirm who is here as a buddy system here, out of respect for each other? Because I don't know who came in first. Did Sour from Purdue come in? Is it Sour or Hour?
We call it Sour because it's a temporary merge of Salt and Hour for Outfit Wars, but you could call it Hour if you want. It doesn't matter.
Can you pick the name that was on Outfit Wars, if you don't mind me asking?
Absolutely.
Thank you. That way we know that you're a participant and also a contestant in the actual matches. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. And let's go to, I think Produce Weather was here first. Am I wrong? Yeeb, touch my... What is it?
Actually, Yeeb Touch My Bullets was in before me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeeb, Touch My Bullet. Thank you so much, Purdue. If you understand the format that is happening here, we're just taking statements. We're not having that discussion yet. We want to make sure we go through each person's statement first and have that discussion, break it down, and put a patent on it and move to the next one. Love to hear your statement, and if you have no clue what's going on, I can fill you in.
I'd just like to know which statements have been said first, so then I don't go over the same thing again and again.
That's a good question. There's a lot of statements here. We're going to go ahead and just summarize it for you. We've got an alliance system. We've got the ability to access the map for 24/7, the ability to stop inactive outfits from acquiring the access to this event in the future, which already has been stated by Rel. Better API tools for overlays and access to information. Loyalty system to be gone or reworked, or one aspect to be considered. Let everyone sign up and play three-way, not 1v1. Let 1v1s exist in one faction. Too many outfits show up. Let the 1v1 exist. We have, will we ever see Battle Islands 1v1 format? Do we enjoy the current Alpha War system? 6 weeks is too long. Please make it shorter. 5 to 6 weeks is a sweet spot. Please don't make it 10 weeks after this. Let's think about new bracket systems like 24 versus 24 or 12, 12, 12, 12. Alliance system, ability to cancel your signups, more moderators for Outfit Wars, and quick communication outlets and changes. make Alpha Wars available for 2 smaller outfits. New system to also aim for a large fit example of 1v1s, like 96 versus 96. 1v1 Slugfest, and another one goes 1v1 Slugfest. We want as much of that as possible. How to solve double teams. That's from Odeon. He's got some examples how he basically wants to tackle that one. To include a kill system. T-Doggy basically talking about alliance system. The ability to sign up as expedition matches during the week. Schmitty talking about unsportsmanlike behavior, throwing matches. Alliance system from Thel. Fook matchmaking system. Double teaming should be an option. And Comrade, basically a new method to basically capture the points to allow vehicles to be included. And so from that, I know that was too much to describe. I will help you. It's all in my head if you actually repeated somebody else's.
Okay, well, I wrote down about 5 of those, and then I got lost halfway through. Actually,
Yeah, no problem. Just whatever you got in the top of your head, I can tell you if it's actually similar to someone else.
I think that the timing of the first matchups, that was pretty unfair for the Oceania kind of people. They didn't really have much chance to participate like the other servers. And I also think that more casters should be in each of the games, so that way each of the games actually get to be shown fully instead of snippets of them.
I apologize for that. I know I'm the snippet guy.
You can't be everywhere. It's not your fault.
True. It's just too many people have DM'd me saying like, I want to be included once, and it seems like no one cares about us. We're a new outfit, and I said I will take the bait, not bait. I'll take the bail or the hit, and say I'll get everyone. I'll share the love to everybody. But I said at the end of my 10-minute splits, I will go to the match that is the most exciting based on a full population match, because that's traditionally what Alpha Wars is supposed to be. And I picked the ones that also my chat gets excited about too. So that is a good comment on that, by the way. So I think I'm going to go on what your statement said. How do we discuss that? That's a good question. Damn, that's a really good question. Yeeb. Touch my bullet.
You also wanted to know like
I need to know who you are. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeeb, touch my bullet. Who are you? Where are you from? What does Yeeb stand for? Give us that breakdown and how long you played the game for, so we can actually understand your aspect. And are you playing right now in Alpha Wars? That would help us know what server you want. Go ahead.
Hey, so I'm from Emerald, I think, the US East, and I have played for thousands of hours. I haven't really counted. I mean, on Steam it says like 1,200 or so. I don't know if that makes me a veteran player or not.
Not at all. It just helps to understand that you have a perspective, and if you're a new player, you still have a perspective. These are points to understand how a new player thinks when they come in, how a major veteran of over 10,000 players has an opinion. 1,000 hours, 1 minute is all good, valuable feedback. It just helps us understand that. Not trying to disrespect you. I look like an idiot right now when I talk to people because I act like I don't know anything, because I'd rather have you guys express it and I just summarize it. Continue.
Okay, so well, this is my second account, and I'm nearly level 100 again. In the first account, I had about 5,000 hours logged on it, and this one is about another 1,000, so 6,000 altogether. I've been playing for about 5 or 6 years in total, on and off, and I'm from New Zealand, so I've got a shitty ass connection. Oh, sorry, can't say
No
that.
worries.
Bad connection.
Poopy connection. Just go wash your hands. I'm just kidding. Yeeb, what does your outfit stand for, and what content? I mean, not what server on you on?
We are Yeet Cannons, and pretty much we just roll around having a good time, and the Alpha Wars have made us a more ops-orientated outfit, and yeah, it's good times.
Awesome. And what server?
Emerald, I think.
You're on Emerald. Sounds good. Emerald and what faction?
TR.
Thank you. And confirming your statement was allow more casters to be aligned to each match. Correct?
Yes.
Cool. We'll discuss that in a second. I think we're going to go to Hour, and then we're going to go to R18. I don't want to destroy your name. I don't even want to attempt it. You have to tell me what it is. How do I say your name, R18, gentlemen? Lady? Do I guess?
I Surf HB. You can just call me Surf.
Surf, thank you. So we'll basically go to Our Purdue, and then we'll go to Surf, and then we'll go to Dr. Moneypants. So let's start with Purdue Spoiler. Help us understand who you are.
Well, my name's Purdue Spoiler. I'm from the Emerald server. I have played the game on and off since it came out in 2012, and I have roughly around 4,000 hours in the game.
Nice.
So I've pretty much been in every sort of outfit. I've been in public outfits, Zerg fits, infantry outfits, armor outfits, you name it. But yeah, so the discussion is obviously Outfit Wars today. So I can go ahead and start kind of.
What faction are you?
Right now, TR.
Got it. So you played multiple. You signed up multiple different toys, like kind of like T did, or are you saying you're gonna switch after this one?
Well, I play all factions, but like for Outfit Wars this time, I am sticking with TR.
Got it. And hour stands for what?
Rifles and reses.
Rifles and reses. Perfect. And please, what's your statement?
Well, first, I just want to congratulate all the Emerald TR outfits that did an excellent job in playing Outfit Wars. Like Turaf, your guys' match was awesome to watch. And everyone else, power to you. I mean, KN1, you guys had some crazy matches you had to play against some very tough competition. You guys did a good job too. But yeah, I'll go ahead and get started. So pretty much, I was lucky enough to be able to play the first match for Salt and Hour, and that was kind of, and I believe it was Demon and 100 Acres of Infantry.
Yep.
And I'm very glad that people brought up the inactive outfits because unfortunately 100 Acres wasn't able to man a squad and no one was able to make it for that. So it was just R48 versus 14 of Demon's people, which, I mean, I just want to give kudos to Demon for showing up too, because that is very tough. But yeah, I mean, definitely it was just not a very fun experience when no one was there. But I mean, we managed, we made what we could of it, and I'm glad that others have brought up and addressed that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
so mainly you want to talk about you're going to basically have statements. I'm just going to put the same statement as the previous one. I want to talk about no shows and how to solve them. No shows and how to solve them.
Yep.
Cool.
But
and go. What's that? Say again.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the others have offered pretty good ideas, and I'm sure the devs can work that out.
For sure. I'd love to have you still part of the conversation. If you hear anybody else add a statement, or you want to have a comment on their statement, that's what we're here for. You guys have multiple different perspectives. Some new players here are just as important as your veteran 8,000, 10,000 hours. Doesn't matter. It's important to at least have perspective. And we are a minority, guys. We're literally 148 people in this channel, and there's over 10,000 people playing this game. But it's nice to at least identify what we can do as a community to summarize these statements. So we haven't talked about a statement yet, guys. If viewers are throwing in massive chats to each other, thanks, guys, for being positive and respectful in the chat. I know who you guys are personally, and you guys are doing a great job, and I thank you. Let's go ahead and go to the next statement for R18. Surf.
Yeah, so I guess I start with how long I've been playing. I've been playing on PC for the last 3 months now. I've got almost 900 hours into the game. Can kind of no lifing it. Got like just because COVID and everything. But what I would like to talk about is basically R18's perspective on what happened and why we did what we did, because a lot of the controversy, I guess you could say, is basically what we did on Connery. And so, I mean, we can just clear up the air as to like why R18 did what we did and why we teamed up with Pigs. And honestly, I also just want to say like Recursion is absolutely fantastic to play against and is extremely fun to play against on live, and the amount of respect that R18 has for them is absolutely phenomenal. Even the fact that we had to literally team up with Pigs in order to beat them is just enough words as it is. But I mean, I can go into that later if you'd like.
So what would be Let's confirm one more time. R18, you guys, what does your full name stand for?
R18 is Renegade 18.
Perfect. And then server?
And then server is Connery.
And faction?
And NC.
Awesome. And so what would be your statement you want to basically let everybody know what that discussion should be about?
The discussion should be about like why R18 did what we did and how to fix it in the future to prevent stuff like double team from happening.
Let's say
to the degree that we did.
So let's talk about the summary so that way we don't have it just as a loose statement in case we want to share these information to other people. It'll be double teaming happened and how to solve it for the future.
Yeah.
And how to solve it for the future. Awesome. And you'll be having the same discussion at the same time as Schmitty. You guys are on the same page with Pale Tiger on the opposite end. Let's go ahead and hear from Doctor. Unless if I'm screwing up, is there somebody else before Dr. Moneypants before we actually have these statements start talking about these statements? Anybody else? Okay, Dr. Moneypants.
Hey, Arshee, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I just came in here to say one thing. I'm Dr. Moneypants, first of all, and I've played since launch. I have I think close to 5K hours leading an outfit the whole time. Can I read one statement regarding double teaming before I go, about 30 seconds?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me fix this real quick because I want to put my full attention onto that statement. So this is a statement that we're going to discuss after, but this is a statement we were going to have a discussion on it. The way we do these...
I won't be able to stay, and it's really short.
No problem. We'll have the statement here just to make sure I don't disrespect anybody here. We'll leave the statement on this document in order. If you are not here the next time this comes up and you show up next week, and we'll have that discussion at your timing when you come in. But if you are not here when your statement is being read, we'll skip it if our community wants to go to their personal statements to give honor to those who are actually here. And I'm not trying to disrespect your statements. It's more like, hey, you spent the time waiting for your statement to be talked about. And we'll get through everybody who's physically here first. And then once we're all done with the actual existing statements, then we'll go to the ones that are offline and hit up those statements as well. Does that make sense, guys?
Are we supposed to submit something written?
No. You're having it verbally, and I'm writing it for you. Go ahead, Dr. Moneypants. Okay. So how long have you playing the game for?
Since launch, 5,000 hours.
Cool. And then what server faction are you?
NC Connery, Western Tactical.
Awesome. NC Connery. All right, guys. And what's your statement?
My statement is the law of omerta from Southern Italian Code of Silence. It is, whoever appeals to the law against his fellow man is either a fool or a coward. Whoever cannot take care of himself without this law is both. For a wounded man shall say to his assailant, if I live, I will kill you, and if I die, you are forgiven. Such is the rule of honor. That's how I feel about double teams, and if R18's win is taken from them, we will throw every match that we are in or just quit. So they better not do that. That's my statement.
So it's not a statement, it's more of a threat. So let's confirm how we can turn it into a statement. Say, like, we are okay.
Double teaming is highly based, and it's part of the innate nature of the three-body problem, which is orbital dynamics, but can be applied to game theory in this sort of match of three players. Basically, you cannot have an even match in a three-team match, so it will always be uneven, and teaming up is part of the game.
Got it. So I'm going to basically have the same statement as Pale Tiger. Double teaming should be an option now for us. Sounds good?
Well, there's no way you can make it not an option in a three-team match.
I know. That's why I'm just making the statement so we can discuss it. So that way we have two people having the same opinion, and then we'll have discussion again if you're here. But majority of that conversation will probably be brought up when we actually have Pale Tiger's statement because he's above you on the list. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hail Tiger. Hail Tiger.
There you go. Hail Tiger is basically Pale Tiger. Thanks, Pale Tiger.
Yep.
Dr. Moneypants.
Bye.
So let's go to Trot Dog is up there for R18. Is that one of your members, Surf?
Yeah, he's one of the... Let me double check. I do believe he's one of the XOs. Because I'm one of the platoon leads. He's one of the actual, more of the founding members of R18.
Can you do me a favor? This will help me basically reduce the amount of work on my mods. Can you go and tell him to change the bracket on his name? And when he changes the bracket, also can you tell him about the TOS and family-friendly rules? And when I see him to change the name, I'll drag him in. Can you do that for me?
Did you want me to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Awesome. Nikon, you want to do it? Okay, it looks like Nikon's doing it. I didn't want to keep throwing my mod at him. I feel so bad making my mods work. All right.
Archie?
Yes.
Archie, mate. Listen, there is something else too. Just talk. This is something different. It is about outfit wars, right? I'd like to throw to the table here. I believe that you definitely, for outfit wars only, you should not be allowed mods.
Mods?
All right, I'm talking. Yeah, recursion app.
Got it.
I don't
So let
think
me
you should
let's
be
see,
allowed
add.
to take
Let
it.
me add that as a
Yeah, I don't think
statement.
the recursion app should be allowed in outfit wars.
Cool. We'll have
It's
that
an API
discussion.
tracker, not a mod. So that request is actually factually like nonsensical. It doesn't go anywhere. So
it's just a
is
statement
FISO
again.
illegal?
It's a statement.
Yeah,
Don't
true,
worry.
but-
We'll talk about it when his comes up.
yeah,
I know. That's
so-
what I'm saying.
yeah,
Well,
sure.
time out.
Those mods can be hacked.
Time out.
Those mods can be hacked.
The whole point is a statement. We'll have that discussion when it's his turn. And all these are statements. I have seen statements before from the last week one. Dropped one statement instantly. Everyone just got riled up. And we are not having that conversation until we go up to the top and go in order, because that's so messed up for the people last week. That's the only way I can be a mod here. As a but I'm not a mod. A moderator. All right, there we go. All right, so recursion stat tracker.
What's messed up, in fact, is that people are uninformed, apparently.
Of course, that's why we're gonna have that discussion. That's the whole point. Don't worry.
Civilized, guys. Civilized.
Yeah. We'll be fine. Again, and none of these are basically gonna ever go through unless we talk about it and if we can understand it. All right, so anybody else need the statement? Nicom17, did you want to actually put a statement out there? Because I asked you earlier, you're muted.
No, I'm just here to be a mod today.
You're amazing, Nicom. Head moderator. All right, so let's go to the very top and let's confirm this right now. The people that are here, we're gonna have that conversation because of those individuals that are here. Based on the order of operations, Bodo Fett is gonna go next. Are you okay if we basically talk about your subject, Bodo Fett?
I'm all ready to go, yeah.
Awesome. And your statement was, Bodo Fett is from Orax, Emerald TR, and he was talking about the alliance system, leader permission only to have access to join and sign up only. As in specific, he's telling what he would like. As far as what the developers want to do, it's up to them. And then turn Desolation into a 1v1 as well as what it is right now. So it's not saying remove what you see in the three-way. Also, turn Desolation into a 1v1 format. It would be nice. Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? And did you also get a chance to talk to him, Nikon?
I'm sorry, what? Did I get a chance to talk to Nikon?
No, Nikon talking to Trot Dog because I see Trot Dog still.
Oh,
He sent me a DM right now. Sorry, I changed the subject.
I had two statements there. The one about the leadership perm for your outfit to join Outfit Wars. I think either Royal and the dev team must have already had that in the pipeline planned, or they saw our conversation last week, and it sounds like they're actually looking to make a change for that, which I'm really happy about. You know, it's really nice to get feedback like that. I don't know if it was like officially confirmed or just whispers, but I have heard that they're going to try and do something for at least the next Outfit Wars. Now, the topic I was talking about was more like the 1v1. I feel like it's a very nice map. I love Desolation. I think it's a map I kind of want to play more of. In terms of a 1v1 format, I think it would be nice to play it on like a true competitive format of like one team versus one team. It would solve the problems that people are bringing issues of, gaining up on one faction because of outside politics, or just because it's just a strategy of like, hey, you and me will play for first and second. 1 second, please.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. So kind of my statement is that I like to see the 1v1 happen. I think it would be really good for like an actual competition. But in terms of the format that we have right now, I do like the 1v1, 1v1, 1v1. The whole double team topic will probably come on after the statement, but I think there's room for both. And I think the map is good enough that you could set it up for both formats.
Well said. We're going to go ahead and let that simmer for a little bit and go to a beer at back screen. And I'm going to let you guys think about that subject. Put the beer at back screen on. I got to use the restroom. I drank way too much water. And we'll be back in less than 30 seconds, guys. Again, we're talking about should Outfit Wars, the Desolation server, have the opportunity to also be a 1v1 existing based on what you guys see on that video on the top left. Be right back, guys. Thanks for being patient. Everybody here is more than welcome to have the discussion while I'm currently be right back. See you guys in a second. All right, I'm back. That was an incredible session that we just really enjoyed. We are now officially live. We're going to be talking about Vodofet's subject, the Alliance system, as well as making sure that specific permission has that entire topic. Mad Dog has sent me a DM. I believe I missed it as I went to the restroom. So if Mad Dog, you are here, I can basically ask you to @ my name one more time, and then I can copy and paste that text. And if you're not here, I'm sorry. We'll basically have a discussion another time. We're going to be doing this another 4 more times on Sunday. It's thanks to these individuals here that have done a fantastic job of helping me maintain TOS and also family friendly. I want to give you guys a chance to have a platform to discuss this on. Vodofet summarized the idea about why we should turn distillation to a 1v1 as well. Is there anybody else that would like to add to that subject, or do you guys actually are ready for Twitch chat to make that vote? What this means...
I'd like to add something.
Please, Odian.
I would like that.
And also, looks like Thel wants to speak, and Purdue. Anybody else wants to add? Before I basically move to you guys. It's basically going to be in order. We're going to have up to like 4 speakers on it, and if it needs to be added more, we'll talk, because we have a short amount of time here. I want to make sure everybody has a chance to basically have their subject we talked about. So let's go ahead, start with Odian about the 1v1, or any of the subjects that he had talked about. Vodofet's Alliance system, or turning distillation to 1v1 as well. Go ahead, Odian.
Yeah, I think that Bodo's ideas are great. I would also like to expand on that and say that Distillation has the capacity to have more than just 3 teams. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams. So you could have 2v2v2v2 and stuff like that. 2v2v2 rather, and things like of that nature. So there's even other game types that could be added to it as well.
Love it.
That's it.
Well said. Next, it was in order, I think, Schmitty, and then we have Purdue, and then Thel.
I think, well, to answer this correctly, I think it's important to look at what Outfit Wars is supposed to be. And if we say that it's an actual competitive game mode, I agree wholeheartedly. 3v3, like a 1v1v1 is not a particularly competitive event, period. Just on the nature of how it works. But it's hard to really put into perspective what it is, and I think that the way that Arshee casts it is actually pretty indicative of what it is. Maybe not intentionally, but it's more akin to a sports-like event. May it be, I don't know, like gladiators in an arena or so, and that has to happen in a certain context, right? And it's not just pure, I don't know, like I saw some people in chat making talking about how in real life alliances happen and whatnot, but it's like, yeah, true, but we're in here to provide a certain form of spectacle within a certain frame, and I think if that's also where the unsportsman part in my argument comes from. So I think if you're looking for a competitive environment, then I don't think Outfit Wars by design necessarily gives you that.
Can I clarify the word competitive? I was going to cut you off earlier,
Competitive
but
as
I
in
waited.
like winner, like as in you have competing teams in a fair competition to compete for a clear position.
Definition of fair.
Definition of fair is, well, I'd say a 1v1 is more fair than a 1v1v1,
Okay.
Otherwise, I mean, there's many constructions like what fair is. I guess it's reciprocal play that both parties want to engage in, something like that. But yeah.
Okay, so my question again, one more time to all of you guys in chat, as well as everybody here. I'm going to continue going over to Purdue in a second, and Thel. The identification of other games that we all know of, StarCraft 2, League of Legends, I know you can hate me for saying these damn names, and other games that start off with the same equipment, Counter-Strike Go, and you reverse sides. That is an example of starting off with equal gear, equal positions, equal timings. In Outfit Wars, you can use the word competitive. It is correct in the direction of what it's describing, because people are becoming more competitive in the live server to compete in Outfit Wars. Is it considered esports level? That's a question on everybody else. Let the developers make that choice. But we're not talking about that definition. It is defined as competitive, but people are construing the word improperly. It is a competitive by design. It makes people
Very well
push
said.
themselves more and you see a lot more effort by players in the live server to be better to compete in this game mode. So by design, it is competitive, but it is not defined the way you're describing it as esport level. You're correct. It is not fair. That's why I wanted to ask you about fair and ask you about competitive to define it. And so I think we're on the same page. We're using the wrong words. So long story short,
I think it's one thing quickly. Like, of course, competitive is like, it's not a black and white issue. No, it's like there's certain gradients of competitiveness. No, like, of course, it's more competitive than live. Nobody's disputing that, and
that's
it's actually
the reason why you can use the
correct.
word. I know it sounds really weird to do it, but that's how you can use language. It sucks, but I know you guys want to call this the official high competitive force, but it's not. But this is more competitive than life. So we're just going to let the people use that damn word and change the word that you guys can all describe together to say it's not esport level. That's it. Because it can be, it doesn't have the rule sets available at an esport level to stop these kind of behaviors from happening. So let's go to the next individual. Smitty, if you don't mind, we're going to go over to Purdue and then Tell.
All right. Well, yeah, with regards to like the 1v1 and the 1v1v1v1 aspects, I really do think that we should have two split tables for that, because you have two types of players. You have like the casual players who just want to have fun, play the game, but you also have casual competitive players that love to challenge themselves and are in the spirit of competition, just have a fair and fun match. I really think there should be a consideration to add 1v1s, just so the risk of double teaming doesn't occur in those aspects for those who don't want to deal with it and want to have a more competitive aspect. But that being said, though, with a few things with like the format right now, I really think that teams should not be fighting the same people, because KN1 had to fight 1TR twice on our server. I think that has the potential to add tension between two outfits that played, as we saw that spilled over into the Rogue 18 recursion match yesterday, which I condemn that double teaming personally. I just think that's not good for the spirit of the competition, and it's just toxic as all being. But yep, and that's about all I really have to say on that.
I appreciate it, man. Let's go over to Thel.
Yeah, I think there needs to be a distinction made between the format being competitive or the players being competitive for the format, right? Of course, like, you can't deny that people will try a bit harder in this setting because they fight against individual outfits and there's a leaderboard involved and whatnot. But me, let's say I'm a casual player and I want to win against other outfits. That doesn't mean that the format itself is competitive. It's still a 1v1v1, and stuff like this double teaming happens. Now, I think what's also a problem is that it isn't well defined what the goal of this event is. Is it to, look at who's the best outfit, or is it to make a spectacle for the viewer, right? And I think Outfit Wars is a better format to showcase like a spectacle, like Schmitty said, an arena with gladiators and stuff, right, to make it interesting, than to show who the best outfit is. If you want that, then you need a 1v1 format, maybe on the Nexus. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it was like a map they made for MLG back in the day, like way back in the day, but it never went to live. I think that's a way better format to have actual competition. Yeah, and I also think that there should be multiple avenues for different kind of outfits to play in, what they like. So, but I don't think 1v1v1 is competitive at all. Like, however the definition, like, it's just never gonna be competitive. Never.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Again, I
Can
want
we
to
please
clarify
stop
for the
misusing
word.
the word competitive?
Yeah. The problem is I'm just trying to add more vocabulary to that word, is that the word competitive can be used here in context, but the definition that Thel is describing is an esport level. And so I'm going to rephrase it to Thel is saying that this cannot be an equal, fair game where both teams start with the exact same equipment and basically fight each other. Yes, they start with the same Cordian levels, but it does not mean your live character literally goes into Outfit Wars, guys. That's already telling you right there it's not fair. So, again, it is not at the level that we're talking about esports gaming, but it is a hyper-competitive environment, and it's shown proof of that being a major environmental change for the game. Overall, it is highly competitive, but it is not a fair esport design. That's all I'm going to say about how Thel is describing it as well. Thel, am I adding that to that, or did I just take away your statement? Was I okay with that statement? I was trying to add to your information above. All right.
Can I add in on that too?
You would like to talk straight into Pump, and then we're going to move on to the next subject and confirm with Boda Fett he's actually happy with the statement or not. Hannibal Forge, everybody in chat, make sure you guys click on that channel above. There is a should Outfit Wars have an additional option. Love to hear your thoughts. You can click yes or no. No means keep it as it is, 1v1v1. If you guys want to see an additional option to it, 1v1 on top of the existing 1v1v1 format. So this is another game mode. But please go ahead, Hannibal.
I think the best way to kind of address everything at once, and I'm going to try and keep this brief, Arshee, out of respect for the conversation. I think the biggest problem that we're currently facing is that there's no solution to a clear, concise answer to is it okay to 2v1 people, or is it not okay? Is it a principle issue, or is it a rules issue? From a rules standpoint,
is this included in the conversation that we had about 1v1 included in 1v1v1? Because we have plenty of people with statements talking about double teaming.
Oh, well, I was going to go with why a 1v1 is unnecessary.
Unnecessary. God, please go ahead.
So the main reason to have a 1v1 is to make it, fairer, so you can't double team, etc. Or to make it more, to kind of showcase the outfit v outfit. But in reality, the purpose of Outfit Wars is to demonstrate an outfit's capability in a battlefield scenario. If you implement a couple more rules around the idea of ensuring no one is doing sneaky things and doubling up on each other, the strategic and tactical demonstration of ability inherent to Desolation with those two opposing elements to your outfit, each one themselves also having two opposing elements, means you have to think in a much more dynamic and diverse way, as opposed to a 1v1 where it's a lateral objective. In this case, it's not a direct objective. It's one that forces you to think outside of the box and think in a creative manner. If you make it a 1v1 with almost a lane smash format, then all you're basically doing is reducing it to an overblown chess match. This way, it actually forces people to have some level of analysis and to expand their perception beyond simply how do I beat the NC. It's now how do I beat the NC without the VS taking all my stuff, and how do I fight this faction while also keeping this faction at bay, etc. And it forces tactical and strategic thinking. So I think the 1v1 would destroy Outfit Wars in every intention of its creation, from what I understand of its creation and intention.
Okay.
And
so
yeah.
Overall, summarizing what you said, he said it very well, guys, clear, concisely. I want to add to it. Alpha Wars was designed to basically represent the live server. And if we take it to 1v1, Alpha Wars no longer looks like the actual main game. So overall, I think Hannibal said it really well.
Just something, Ash, before you on the same subject, and I agree with Smitty. Right, and
Smitty, got it. The Pale Tiger, go ahead.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't believe that R18 and us should have been like we came last in the first Outfit Wars, right? So we came last. Technically speaking, I say the way they've set it up is wrong. I think that should have knocked us out completely. Right? That was it. That was the end. Right? If you come second and first, then you think, but you shouldn't. There was no reason for us to play. If next weekend we're playing Recursion and we're with ARN again, right? 3 times in a row, I don't think that needs to happen. There's no reason why we could have been in another match with someone else that came. Let's just say we should be fighting the people that came last. Like Pig should have fought someone else that came last in another. You know what I mean? The fact that we have to go 3 times in a row to fight Recursion, of course there's going to be problems, right? But if it made it that, let's just say that we weren't in that lineup, and it was R18 had to fight someone else that came second, right? And Recursion had to fight someone that came first. You get my drift where I'm going with this?
You're basically
Yeah,
saying that
I
the
get
format
that.
on replaying the
What I
matches
come
is
in
not
for,
something.
Targa. I would, since this was addressable, I'd like to give a direct response, if that's okay.
Yeah, you can give a direct response, and we're going to end it on Schmitty because we're going to go off the topic of 1v1 acceptance because we don't want to go to the other statements because we're going to be here easily over the... I'll ask you guys at the 2-hour mark if you guys want to continue for one more hour, and that's basically up to the people here. And if you guys want to basically continue this next Sunday, we can do that next Sunday. If this is really popular enough for you guys to continue this more often, we'll increase the time. But I do not want to take away from the European community and the US community based on their time zones. It sucks. But the earliest time I can show up is at 2 p.m. But go ahead.
So, I understand that the way Outfit Wars is set up, even in the iterations before the current one, is obviously flawed. And that's the point of it. Now you're gonna probe out and see what's wrong with it. But I think there's a small error in your assessment, and that's that you assume. Now I don't know because I don't know how you guys play, right? You assume that you didn't deserve the last place, which you might
No,
have.
it's not that at all.
Like,
No. He's saying that
Okay.
the last place position to second place
I
position,
should-
first place
if
position
I was
should
to
not be
play
fighting each other again.
Yeah, if I
That's
was
what-
to play...
I know what he's trying to say. It's similar.
Well, it's hard to say, but that is partially a consequence of the fact that the actual process is not, there's no elo system, to assess the individual outfits' strength. So it could be that because they got a lucky matchup, they're now in the upper bracket, but they might not belong there.
That's
right?
why I was waiting for
And
the next question,
Yeah.
because we can go in depth on this so hardcore. Like the next
Okay, well,
statements have it
but
though.
I will just I'll just touch that slightly. The main thing though about 2v1ing is that, and I wrote this in chat before, is that the importance on my statement is that there is a natural reality that comes out of the three way this outfit wars is constructed, where 2v1ing naturally arises. Like if one party is overly dominant, the other two are going to focus that more. That's completely natural. And target prioritization might be reasonable. And in fact, I think server politics, even though people don't like to say that, are part of it. And if you think that Outfit Wars is more about the spectacle, then server politics might be, just your kind of spice to tie all that together. So I don't think they're necessarily even misplaced. But I think that in order to make this as enjoyable as it can be for the people, both watching and participating, there needs to be a certain framework of behavioral code, so to say. That's why I would say that preemptively coordinating a double team just makes the match obsolete, just like, not showing up does. Right? So those things, we all kind of have gripes with that. And that's why, we talk about it here. And I think that some fine line has to be walked between player decision and interfaction, like politics.
Yeah. So I think everything you said is well said. That means we're giving an opportunity for players as well as the developers to think about how we create this idea where it can be fair. My opinion is, you guys think of systems that doesn't require a moderator. And if we can create that system, if we can think of that solution, not asking for it right now, we'll do it for when the statement shows up. That's a great idea. If we can do it without a human touching it. And that would be the ideal situation. How that's designed or thought of, that's really cruel. But we'll go deeper into that next. Let's go to Bodafet. Bodafet, is there anybody else that was supposed to add? I feel like I had to skip somebody.
I don't really know. Like the
think
conversation, we kind of covered all bases anyway.
Perfect.
In terms
Thank you
of,
so much, man.
Multiple formats. Yeah, no problem.
And overall, we can move over to the next statement.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's make sure I hit that statement. Done. Thank
So,
you, Hambleford.
don't mean to be rude, Ashley. I've got to go AFK for a bit. I'll be back.
No problem. Your statement when it comes up, and if you're not there, I'll come back to your statement. Sounds good? Awesome. So let's go and bring Juiced Militant inside as well. We had a chance to basically bring some new guests in, and I want to hear their statements, and then we'll go ahead and have an opportunity. Boom, move them down. Okay, let's hear the new statements, guys. And again, this is an example of what's going to happen here. If we take people's statements publicly, and it turns into a point of view that basically causes everybody to think that statement is a true or not true statement. This is an opinion that we're going to have a discussion later on. But if it gets to a point where this is actually causing a problem for people in chat and people around like the communities, I won't do public statements anymore. We'll do a private statement, and we'll go through each one and we'll discuss it. The reason why I'm doing public statements because I want to give your outfit leader, your representative, a chance to be heard, not sitting here and didn't get even a single word in. And that's the reason why we're basically having that opportunity for you guys to speak. But there's so many of you, as you can see. I'm just constantly just dragging more people in. But thanks for not causing this to be a headache for me. All right, let's go ahead and start with R18 Trot Dog first. How you doing, buddy?
Hello. So we're all done talking about 1v1s.
Oh, did you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I think you're gonna have your own issues with 1v1 games because I think you're gonna need a very accurate matchmaking system. And in a 1v1 format, the first 5 minutes, the opener, the initial starting of the game, could decide the whole match. So in a 1v1 format, you could have a lot of basically just one-sided stomps, which can be very, very fun to watch. That was pretty much it.
Awesome. And so my question to you is right now, you have an opportunity to see what's going on. Do you have a statement you want to talk about when it gets to your turn about your statement? Or do you just enjoy having a comment on other people's statements? Do you have like, do you want to state that, hey,
no,
I want to
come along to talk about the controversy with the Connery match.
Sounds good. Awesome. When we get to that, when we get to that page, just say you're interested in talking and I'll bring you in, okay?
Fantastic.
Thank you, Trata. I appreciate you basically being super patient. Let's go over to if I don't know who came in first between Killdead and Juice Militant or Daddy, Lanzer looks like he came in before all of you guys. Lanzer, is that correct?
Pardon?
Were you here before these individuals that just came in? Just confirming so that way I can actually make sure I go in order for statement wise.
No, I didn't.
Who was before you? Was it Juice Militant, Killdead, or was it what's it called? Daddy. No problem. Let's just have you go next.
Yes.
Do you have a statement you want to basically add to the party?
Not on 1v1. We can move on.
No, any subject you want to talk about Alpha or specific. Do you want to see something added or removed? I don't know if you basically know the format. If you don't know what's going on, I can tell you exactly what's happening.
That's okay. I would prefer if they reduce the outfit rank requirement.
Thank you.
The level 3 might work really well for outfits that are infantry based or primarily take points for the Devil Dogs. So we have a whole divisions only dedicated to base building. We have air armor, so they're not on the point as often, and some of us have to grind to get up to level 3 because we're not there when the main stuff happens. And no, that's not true. No Hort, you cannot get loyalty.
Don't worry about reading
in less
chat.
than 2 hours.
Don't worry about reading chat. That's very true. There is somebody that showed me they can get it less than 3 hours, but this requires you to mob train. I know this is the MMO. You can mob train role players maybe somehow, but
what is mod train?
Mob training is like basically getting a bunch of monsters and then doing a massive AoE attack. Let's imagine you have a orbital strike and just knock out a single space. You can get to loyalty 3 somehow, and they showed me that you can do it within 3 hours, but it requires an incredible coordination with your team to power level one person, or one person just knows how to pull it off. Some people take longer, guys. This is not meant for the best of the best to get to 3 hours. We're not going to talk about speed running it. We're talking about average
I think it's
players.
probably agreed then. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just overall average players is going to take a little bit longer. Now, I'm just going to take your statement here. It says, I think loyalty level 3 needs to be relooked at because it's too long. Is that correct?
Yes, and I think the average player can't do it in 2 hours.
3 hours. So loyalty level 3 needs to be looked at. Relooked at. Needs to be relooked at. Needs to be relooked at. Awesome. We'll discuss that again when it gets to Lanzer's point of view. Thanks for basically your statement. Lanzer, can you just tell me how many hours have you played this game for, and where you are and what are you representing? I know you personally. We're good friends. I just want you to say it verbally for the community to know.
Yeah, no problem. I've been playing since beta for Planetside 2.
Yep.
I was originally CCG, and then when that broke off, then I joined the Devil Dogs, and I've been there since probably 2013-ish.
Damn.
I helped found Planetside Battles with Alleluia and Dotsor, and I retired 5 years later. So
Appreciate it,
ever
man.
since then, we've just been playing the game, and I'm a big armor player.
Awesome.
So I love Vanguard.
I love that
And see.
Vanguard video of you. Just kidding. Just kidding. I was like, no. Good times. Thanks, man. I have your statement now. Let's go to the next individuals and hear their statements as well. Juice Militant or Kill Dead, do you mind if I just ask you pick who goes first? Or it doesn't matter?
Juice got here first.
Juice Militant.
Nah, that's all right. You go ahead.
Oh, you guys are so nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kill Dead, go ahead.
I just want to talk about how the outfit scoring for, especially in the qualifiers, like there's an extremely high, like.
Oh, sorry. Let's start off by learning who you are, what server you on, and it says our/Timo. I'm assuming that our was the one that showed up at Alpha Wars, correct?
Yeah, I kind of just float around like all the outfits, like so yeah, I go by Kilded because
Sounds good.
I started that was my first character on Connery. Started on Connery NC in around 2013. Have about I think 5,000 hours
Nice.
around my all my characters.
Awesome.
So yeah, the topic
our is right now representing TR though. We're talking about the Terran faction for our on Connery, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, our would be the current merger for Outfit Wars, as we currently are too small to field a whole platoon.
And then, so Timo is NC, is that correct?
No, that's just like kind of my like it's only a few guys that fly bastions.
Oh yeah, I love that. That was really good, by the way. I appreciate that. I love all
Yeah,
that.
thanks
you
for
guys did.
casting those.
That was, you guys had so many. So Kill Dead. I got you now. So our Connery TR, and you have basically over 5,000 hours. What is your statement that you'd like to add?
Okay, I was Connery NC for like the first couple of years, but I now play on Emerald TR.
Emerald
Yeah.
TR. What am I talking about? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I remember Kill Dead.
I'm so bad. Okay, there we go. Emerald TR. I switched it. Now your statement.
So yeah, so basically, since there's only a few like qualifier matches right now for this phase of Alpha Wars, like we currently have 2. So there's the place a lot of like extremely high emphasis on like the score differential between outfits, and that also like relates to like the no shows and the people that can't field the whole platoon, because how important the score differential is for to put you in the correct seed for matchmaking for the next game, as we see. If you have like a no-show or like someone that can only field 2 to 3 squads, you can easily like overpower them and like technically just pad your like round score differential.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, well,
How would you like
like,
to summarize that statement? Do you want to basically rework the scoring systems? What you're saying?
well, we currently like the thing is if they can like make sure that there's enough players and like reduce the amount of no-shows, like what the devs are trying to do, this would sort of fix this problem. But right now, like you can entirely like pad your round score differential just by just going after the people that don't have enough people to man 48 players.
Well said.
Or even the no-shows right now. You're just basically padding your score and getting higher on the
No
on the
shows.
scoring system.
I have right now.
Current state.
I have the same exact comment coming from Purdue. No shows on how to solve them. We're gonna have you in the same exact boat. Is that okay? So that way we can actually have more discussions on that topic. Would that work?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome. Let me put that in there. Thank you so much, Kill Dead from Our Man.
So yeah,
Appreciate
that
it.
would conclude my statement. Thank
You're
you.
amazing, dude. Thanks. Let's go to Juiced Militant Hour.
Hello, I'm from our Emerald TR, like Kill Dead. I'm his one of the outfit leads over there. I feel like something that a lot of us have noticed over the last couple of matches, we've had a little bit of exciting friction between different communities over how Outfit Wars works. I think that that's definitely something that needs to be looked at, but I don't know as there's very good systems to prevent quote unquote stacking or quote unquote double teaming during matches in a 1v1v1 format. but it's still, I think, quite clear to anyone who watches these VODs, as I do, that you can identify quite clearly when blatant examples of these things are occurring. I know that when we're looking at outfit rosters in game, we can see how there's stacking going on. I think that that's more of something that we should maybe embrace as part of the game. Because outfit wars, it's great to have your singular outfit out there and go ahead and field your own team or whatever. But I think that maybe encouraging alliances and building new relationships with different people that you maybe wouldn't have before is also an aspect that I don't think gets talked about enough. This is an MMO originally, I think. I think that we should encourage getting more people playing together instead of isolating themselves to just playing with their own outfit or their own small group of friends. But that's my own personal opinion. Lots of other people would say that I would just be outfits, but I think why not encourage people to build new teams?
Okay. To summarize that statement, would you consider it be similar to alliance system?
Yeah, I would say that'd be accurate.
Okay. And we have a couple of people already on that topic. I'm gonna basically bring you. If when we discuss the alliance system, I would love for you to say you have an opinion on that, so that we can bring you in on the conversation. So all of us have a chance to basically have those discussions. I want to keep it between like 3 to 5 people on per statement, so we can move forward. Alliance system, and to give you an idea, we had that discussion by an individual. I think it was Hannibal. We had Hannibal from Emerald TR that talked about allow 12-man outfits as an example. I used that 12-man. He didn't specify to allow one squad of 4 different outfits to make an alliance. So that way each one can house 12 members and focus on how to basically train their 12 guys. As an example of alliances. Overall, it was a unanimous yes, but we'll have another discussion on it every single Sunday if you guys think this is viable to re-talk about it and change it up. And so it's kind of cool to talk about these subjects. If it's redundant, this committee, you guys have the opportunity to move it forward. But we have to hear the opinions of new and returning people to make sure it's been heard properly. So alliance system breakdown. Thank you,
I have a format question.
You have a format question, Daddy? I mean, no, Lancer.
You just call me Daddy?
No, it's because I saw Daddy 010 right next to your name.
No.
I saw Daddy. It's a key
No, I accept
sorry.
that title that you bestowed upon me.
God,
Anyways,
go ahead.
And I apologize. I got here after the break. So how do I know when there's too much talk and that I don't need to say anything? Is there like an agenda I can be tracking on?
Yeah. So the agenda right now is that we're going to take your statements here. We're not going to discuss them. We're going to go back to the very top. Who was in order from last week? Who are sitting here patiently waiting for their subjects? We'll break it down. We just finished Boba Fett's. You guys showed up right after Boba Fett or during the conversation of Boba Fett. I want to get your statements down. If these statements don't get arrived by the end of this stream, it's still saved on my Word doc. I'll share it again on the channel above on PS2 outfit hotfix ideas. You guys will have a chance to see it here. So if you guys go !! Discord and hop into the Discord, you'll see that Word document. This is not meant to give to the devs. This is my own personal notes. There's a lot of grammatical mistakes here, and I'm just writing it down so I can actually keep it order in my own head. Alliance system breakdown, so you can see that. I'm going to refresh that, send it back up after the end of the stream. If your statements don't get picked tonight, next week it will. If you're not here, we'll skip you and give it to somebody else who is actually here, and then bring it back when all the statements of the live players are here. And so...
Thanks for explaining that to me.
Yeah, no problem, man. There's a lot of new people here, too, so
That's
it's a good
Daddy.
idea.
Daddy to you.
I'm sorry, I love it. Let's go to... From Boba Fett, we finished. Let's go to Remain. Remain from Pink is not here. So let's go to Poisoned AI. Is not here.
I can quickly say something if you want.
Oh, Zealous, thank you so much. You're here. Please,
Yo.
What is your statement? If you don't know what's going on, I can actually fill you in. Please tell me who you are.
I think I've...
How many hours you played the game for? What's your faction? What is the boys? And
Sure.
Yeah.
So we're your local friendly Zarkfit. We're on Cobalt. I just wanted to, I guess, join, help it, see if I could bring anything to the table.
Yeah.
The things I wanted to talk about was first tighter qualification restrictions for Outfit Wars, but I think Rails kind of addressed that. So that was the first thing. And then the other thing was maybe there should be less emphasis on second place, more emphasis on first place, and that might help with double teaming somewhat. And that was the main thing. And the other thing was maybe there should be more of an impact from land vehicles, because I'm kind of seeing a meta develop of air, and maybe land should have more of an impact.
Well said. Let me just make sure to summarize it. Say more emphasis on winners.
Yeah, so more impact on first place, less emphasis on second place, so that double teaming and going for second isn't as much as encouraged as much.
We're working the system to allow reworking the system.
It's basically make winning more rewarding, so people don't trade off the victory.
Make winning more rewarding, so people don't try to trade off victories. All right, so make winning more rewarding, so people don't.
Maybe even just get rid of second place, just only first place, and
yeah. I'm trying to think about that. That's a good way. I just want to make sure I come back to this like later and make sure it makes more sense. Make winning more rewarding, so people don't try to take trade off victories. So I'm going to say make winning more rewarding, and this is what is the solve. Try to solve for double teaming.
So yeah, so building on top of
double teaming. Awesome, thank you.
That's a great idea. Wait, who said that idea?
Zealous. Give him a
Zealous.
somebody massage this guy real quick. Massage. All right,
and
so
you'll see it online.
that is it. Anybody else that needs to add a statement before we go back to the list?
Building on top of the like more emphasis on first place, in my understanding, just correct me if I'm wrong. So first place gives you 3 points, and second place gives you 1 point, and losing gives you 0.
Yeah.
So right now in the current state, there's already a higher emphasis on winning than getting second place. So like a team that gets 1 win and 1 loss would be higher in a seed than a team that has 2 second place finishes.
Correct.
So we're saying we want to have even more emphasis on the winning team, if that's correct.
Correct. Making it so that way it's literally second and third don't exist.
It could even be just weighted. So, for example, if you get fast, you get like double as much, or like there's more impact. If I don't know exactly how you'd do it, but yeah, probably just get rid of seconds would probably be the easiest way.
I'm just basically almost at the point where it's already designed that way, where second and first and third have its point score design. Just reworking it and we'll have that conversation at the time. Remember, this is time to think about that. These are cool statements that we'll come back to, no problem. I need to go use the restroom again. Now, can I tell everybody in chat real quick? Once again, I'm going to put a back screen. I need to stop drinking water, but I also need to drink because my throat is destroyed because of this weekend. So I apologize for all these little breaks I need to take. I'll be right back, guys. We'll see you guys in just a second. What's up, everybody? We're currently live. Thank you guys so much for your patience. We had an opportunity to discuss a lot of these individuals here and their personal statements. We're going to go in order from last week's Sunday meeting to now. We just had Avakadu just have to go, but we're going to go ahead and try to have like a discussion here together. And anytime if SKL, Avakadu, or Slubber or Uberich wish to come back to have statements on that subject, we will revisit that subject for them. For SKL specific, Avakadu from Emerald, this is probably... No, it is. I'm going to make that statement now. For Emerald, they are the largest outfit on Planetside, and they are on VS. And they're even bigger than the HH War Legion. So I was confirming those numbers, and they are the largest outfit. And so their statement here... and they're also in Outfit Wars, and they're doing a fantastic job. They're showcasing their 48-man team and actually competing at a high level, which is fantastic. I am speaking on their behalf, but I don't represent SKL. Make Outfit Wars available to more outfits, as well as a new system. Also aim to do 1v1 large fits, 96 versus 96, to see a brutal display of what Outfit Wars can look like as well. Who would like to basically start discussing that subject? Of course, I can describe why SKL would like to have that, and I'll basically be representing their position on it. But if they want to come in, I'll reiterate what basically we're trying to do. They have outfits that have 96 people that can actually house 3 different platoons versus 3 different platoons, and they would love to have an option to be able to perform that. We had a chance to see that on the live server, where on Emerald we did a Bastion Smash event, and it was organized by many different outfits. Orby Manager also basically helped organize the event for Goodbye for Andy Sites and Goodbye for Carto. That was an amazing event that everybody tried to show up for and just completely crashed the server. Good job, guys. But it was overall, SKL does play a major part in Planetside, and they love the game a lot. And so their opinion, 1v1 with large fits coming in, and more outfits available to more smaller outfits. Make Alpha Wars available to more smaller outfits. What are your thoughts about that system, about being a large version 96 versus 96? Anybody have anything to say about that?
I can say something as like a Zargfit kind of leader. Okay. I don't think on European servers we could manage to get that. Like, I got 100 people concurrent for Outfit Wars that wants to participate, but like, to be honest, like half of those are just chilling. So honestly, having more than 48 I think is a bit unfeasible for EU. Maybe it's okay for NA, but for EU, maybe not.
Awesome. I have right now Orby Manager here. We're going to do this real quick just to make sure we're all on the same page. Just say you have a statement. I'll look at your name. I'll identify you, and we'll go in order so we all have a chance. Thank you so much, Zealous. That was a good statement that you had earlier. Lanzer, let's go to Lanzer.
So we're on the contrary side of that end. Zealous, we're a pretty large outfit as well, and we also had trouble making numbers, and that's we field over a platoon every week. So I agree with what you just said as far as making it available to more smaller outfits, and also one of our troubles was the loyalty system, because we have we have multiple squads doing multiple things outside of the area of any one capture point. The merit isn't quite as high for some players, and so they couldn't make it in time. As far as smaller outfits, I think that's what we saw in our match yesterday, when Recursion and a bunch of other really good outfits that didn't have quite the numbers, which I define as over 500. Anything under 500, I would define as a smaller outfit. So that's I think it'd be great to put us all together. And as you saw yesterday, we have a lot to learn when it comes to those smaller engagements like that.
Thank you so much, Lancer. I appreciate that. Let's basically hear also from Orby Manager from SKL. Is this a statement that you want to basically cover, or you want to add a different statement?
No, yeah, Arshee, I was just watching the stream, and I thought I would hop in real quick. I hope you don't mind. I didn't got an invite or anything like that, but I saw you were asking kind of specifically to us, and I thought I could share some light into that. So
please. And that way, basically, these individuals can actually elaborate even more in detail. I'll go back to Lanzer and Zealous if they have more to add. Go ahead.
Yeah, so as you all know, SKL is currently probably the largest outfit out there in terms of active players, at least. there are several Zerg fits that have plenty more people than us, but I can say that active players were probably the number one out there. But one thing that you like everyone have to keep in mind, and we also get a lot of hate because of this specifically, is that large outfits are mostly casual, right? So we are out there more specifically with SKL. We do a lot of public platoon leading. We don't do a lot of try harding stuff or anything like that. So we are more in the new player and casual player side. So despite of us having like constantly over 100 active players during prime time every night, we can't get even half of that to join Outfit Wars. And I have a feeling that people think that just because of the sheer size that SKL has, we have like we have double the number necessary to participate in Outfit Wars, but we just don't. We didn't had any problems with gathering numbers. We have ringers. We got enough numbers, but we don't have enough for two teams, which is what people think that we do. So that's just one point that it's nice to get out there because being so large and being more casual and being more for new players, we just don't have the same kind of engagement from our player base. So that's one thing.
That's well said.
Yeah. So but on another note, it would be amazing, wouldn't it? Just thinking about a 96 v96 v96 on Desolation is just fantastic. Like just the sound of it is great. It might not be feasible for one outfit, but I don't see why they couldn't implement something more, not so much as in a qualifier kind of thing, but more as in like a show match or a single match, a match that can happen once a year, maybe where we can have multiple outfits instead of just one participating on Desolation in a competitive match, 96 v96 v96, and that would be like Planetside at its true form. And you would have things like outfits that are well known for playing air would bring a squad of air, a dedicated squad only of air. So you would truly see like the factions from each server at its best because you would have like a bunch of people coming together to participate. So something like that I think would be more feasible. But a 96 v96 from single outfits would be very hard to pull off.
So
Even
alliances in
from
this situation
SKL,
would be the only way you can pull it off, as we're saying.
yeah, with alliances.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could get more outfits in there, it would be amazing, and I would really like to see that happening because it would just be like the best thing ever. And we all know, right, that Desolation probably has enough space to accommodate some more bases in there. So, but yeah,
Be
that's
like an
I think
automated Planetside battles.
exactly. So
It could be cool as like a Cobalt vs Miller and Emerald vs Connery thing as well. Maybe that's the only
yeah,
way I could see it.
we could expand like into something like the server smash too, like in some point in the future. Like start just with the servers, like each faction against each other, but then at some point it could grow into like server against server, and something
Cross
like that
faction,
would be amazing to see.
cross server Desolation matchmaking.
Yeah,
That
that
would
would be hard
require that would require an entire new map though, because like the little donuts don't really fit 96 people.
Yeah, it would be scuffed, but it could be fun just for like an event. But I don't know if it would be hard to program really. So.
No, yeah, but they do have. I believe they do have a few more bases on the outskirts. At least I recall seeing something like that. I'm not sure where it was, but if they added a few more bases on the outskirts, maybe push back the warp gate a little bit further behind, it could be accomplished. With the current loadout, I also don't see it happening. You just can't fit 96. You just can't fit 96 people on the current loadout. It would be just a complete mess.
Orby, what do you think if they were to decrease the point accumulation? Because our match lasted 20 minutes, we didn't even have enough time to really field our overall strategy. what if they did that and made the games a little bit longer than 20 minutes?
Yeah,
You'd
I
have
mean,
more time to spread out.
I could definitely see it happening. I honestly think for us the times were good. We didn't had any complaints about the like how long the matches went, but I did saw a bunch of them that went way too short. But I think the just the volatility of the match itself is something that they can't counter like 100%. So you will get a few short ones in there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'm sorry, I interrupted somebody.
No
Can
problem.
Odie say something because he has his hand raised for like an eternity now?
Yeah.
Is Archie still there?
Yes, I am basically dealing with trying to send my mods up there to get the new
Oh, no
individuals
problem.
up there. Looks like there's 5 new individuals that are basically hopping in, and I don't know how much time we have left, but I do want to give them a chance to stop by. As far as adding more and more statements, we'll never get through the existing statements. This is just going to continuously basically be a statement adding session. This is without actually going through.
We still haven't gotten to mine from last week.
I know, seriously, it's
Archie, I
intense.
need to go.
Yes, say it again.
I need to go. I've been just kind of sitting on the needing to go thing for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Kind of falling asleep in my chair. But
Did you want to add something to the current statements that we have, or do you want to re-talk about your statement?
no, none of the above. I just want to say, just for the sake of clarity next time, maybe I think Avocado left a message as well in feedback, but maybe just like maybe you should pick the statements next time going in next week that we talk about, and maybe a soft cap on on the amount of people in a channel at a time, and maybe rotate different groups of people could be a good way to do it, because too many chefs, I think, in the kitchen, and it's getting a little bit crazy.
Yep, there's too many people basically now showing up in the live public channel. Yeah, exactly. So the biggest thing I'm going to do right now, just making a personal go around. We're going to basically keep this to 10 players. To maximum 20. I'll discuss it again. We're basically able to make a poll right now in chat to discuss this going further. So give me a chance to go into the starting screen to discuss these individuals. I'll leave these gentlemen here in the Alpha Wars breakdown. I'm going to go to the live stream public to talk to the people above to see what's going on. And then we'll come right back. How does that sound, guys? Is that okay with you guys, chat?
Yep. So what do we talk about while you're away?
You guys can talk basically amongst yourselves, and then I'm going to go basically talk to the individuals above.
Archie, before you go,
I will be back. Well, so basically, we'll come back to live. I just want to basically have a chance to talk to them. Yeah.
Archie, before you go, I think me and Thea are going to call it a day. I think we said what needs to be said.
I appreciate it. I'll see you guys basically if you guys are available next week to basically have your statements be discussed. But I'm gonna have to basically restructure this. I didn't think it would be this popular.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it would be between like 5 to 10 people max. I didn't expect it to be this big. So I apologize ahead of time. I did not basically prepare for this many statements and this many outfits and this many communities that are actually interested in having a subject matter on this. So we'll go ahead and basically organize this a bit better on my half. I had no sleep on Friday and Saturday for all the 8 Outfit Wars sessions, so I didn't expect it to go triple the size this time. You guys were freaking awesome, and we're not leaving anymore. I just want to basically share some thoughts on the live streaming public section to go talk to these individuals, and then we'll come right back. Sounds good, guys?
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you want. Yep. All right, guys.
Thank you so much, Smitty. Thank you so much, Del.
Yeah. Yeah, we can throw our hat in the ring again, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Sure, why not? Yeah, see you guys around. Thanks for the talk and thanks for the time. I think it's yeah.
You're welcome.
See you guys.
Take care, buddy. We'll see you again soon. Take care, guys. I'll be right back.
Have fun.
All right, guys, we're back again, and my thing screwed up. It's right there. Okay. Sorry for the wait, guys. Just want to make sure that I'm trying to give as much love as I can to as many players. Will tell you right now what's happening in my camp right now. I have about 35 DMs, and it's just getting larger per second. I'm not ignoring you. If you are sending me a DM right now, I'm just not going to stare at DMs anymore for the rest of this stream duration. And then when the stream's over, I'll take my time to look at every single person's DM and respond back to you. Promise. We have the rest of these individuals here that are going to basically finish this statement from Daddy010. And then we're going to go and finish up 2 statements on just a simple conversation here. We're going to go and ask these guys after Daddy's statement, do you guys want to go for another 30 minutes? And then we'll call it. Those of these individuals cannot stay here, can leave if they wish to. And I want them to have a chance to speak on that behalf if they wish to leave.
Sounds good.
Let's go ahead and basically finish this entire this show here. Daddy010 has been patiently waiting, and I did not get to hear a chance to from statement. So we had Zealous, and then we had Daddy, and then we're gonna go from there. Daddy, what is your name of your outfit?
This outfit was season I'm playing for the Red Black Bling squad on Cobalt.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, my point of view.
No, tell me like how much have you played the game for? How many years have you been here?
Okay.
Tell me more about like your so Red Black Bling squad, what server are you on, what faction, so we can have an idea more about your background.
Okay, I see. My bad.
No worries, my fault.
Wait, am I loud enough? Can you hear me?
You're perfect.
Yes.
Alright.
Another half an hour, it's over.
So, yeah, I've been playing the game since 2012. I have around 12,000 hours in Planetside.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at the moment I'm playing on TR Cobalt Outfit Wars.
Awesome. And so how many hours have you played this game for?
12,000.
12? That's amazing. And at the same time you said for Cobalt TR?
Yep.
Awesome. And what is your statement that you want to basically say towards Outfit Wars? Do you have something you want to have a discussion on?
So, from my point of view, this season Outfit Wars was pretty weird for me with the open signups and the bracket system because there was so many ghost matches. Like we had one, and that was pretty boring, just sitting there for 1 hour and basically team killing each other because we were so bored.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and the 3-way is also pretty boring. Like always the double teaming stuff, like we saw it on Connery, is pretty disappointing, I'd say. So yeah, overall,
So
I'd say this is pretty disappointing.
So
I don't know.
overall,
I feel like it's wasted.
Overall, if you were going to basically make a statement that we have a discussion on, revisit the idea that causes it to be boring, correct?
What did you say?
What is the idea that you want us to visit so we can improve the system to allow it to be less boring?
Go from 1v1v1 to 1v1. That would
Perfect.
make it a lot more interesting.
Awesome. Say 1v1 will make it more interesting. The 1v1v1 system currently is not exciting based on previous engagements. Thank you. Appreciate that, Daddy. Is that basically a summary version for you? 1v1, make it 1v1. It'll be more interesting than the current system that is currently not exciting than previous engagements. That's what your statement is?
Well, I would say I have 2 more systems. First is like the map design, only donuts is like kind of boring, you know. Like we have the same bases on every relic, and that's like pretty boring. Just having a donut where you can like air to ground in the middle. Like you just whip out the Banshee, and if you have air control, it's like easy farm, and that makes it not enjoyable for the opponent, and they have like no chance.
You and Comrade Yuri have the same thing on that one. Basically, restructure the base to allow vehicles to be in part of those base captures. Only donuts on every relic is very boring, so I'm going to basically rephrase it.
The vehicles should be a part, but like not on every relic.
Got it.
You know?
So let's do revisit the donut structures on some basis to allow some more excitement. I'll say that for now. I don't know the right words here. Okay. And anybody else want to basically help clarify what Daddy said as well on what I'm doing? Revisit the donut structures on each base, which are the actual capture points to allow for more exciting engagements.
Well, we could use Colt here. That
Yeah,
could be the outfit war map. We do
that's
that.
gonna be way
That's
too much work to re-engage that space. If we had to basically, if we had to imagine Cold Tier didn't exist, because that's gonna basically take an entire level designer to level it through to make it more efficient. But I know what you mean.
Are you talking specifically about the 1v1s?
Yeah, he's talking about just change the current outfit war system from 1v1v1 to 1v1 to make it more exciting than to prevent the previous engagements that we saw from the 2-1-1 situation on Connery and on Emerald.
Yeah, because there is an actual map. I don't know if they still have it behind the counter ready to go, but there is Nexus from back in the day.
Nexus Island, right?
Yep,
Battle Islands.
We have that statement as well from another individual, but we can say revisit Nexus Islands on Daddy
I don't
statements.
know if someone's added this onto this topic. So I know we were talking about before the first week, but like after the stream was done. But is there any way you could do like NC versus NC?
Oh,
because that would be kind of cool.
Oh.
I would love to see like
that would be kind of tough to do with the
With
camos and everybody looking the same, but it could be done, I'm sure.
It might create a bit of salt as well, to be honest.
That would be sick.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you don't want any more salt in the game.
Hold on, let me time out. Let me time out. I'm just gonna put that at the very bottom as a
That's rude.
idea coming in.
Probably not the most healthy of the.
Yeah,
the
that's gonna be
statements that we
pretty
got.
salty. But if you guys really want some, eggs with it, it's gonna be tasty. Let's
if it's
go.
agreed, then okay.
Let me go put in this statement here because I don't want to add too many statements. We had plenty of them. Where did Bodafet go? There's Orax.
I'm like near the top there. You already, yeah.
For the people who are seeking more "quote unquote" equalized competition, the ability for the game to put NC against NC or TR against TR would just add another level of equalization. Because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, everything needs to be equalized for the competition for it to be a competition, and that would facilitate that.
Oh, wait a second. I have an idea. Oh, yeah. Anyways,
a good
I'm just going to
point.
put faction versus faction fights. We'll have that discussion later because we can go on this all day. I want to talk about it all day, but that's not fair to the rest of the team. Let's just save that. Vodafet, I'll put you on the bottom. Thanks for your statement earlier.
All good.
And then let's go over to from Avocado, Slugger, and Uberich, and Orbi Manager. Orbi Manager, did we discuss your subject thoroughly, or you guys want to basically add anything to it before we move on to Odeon?
Archie, honestly, to me, I can't speak for all of SKL. I am one of the representatives, but you guys all know opinions are like from the individual. But honestly, coming from me, I believe that the system that we have in place right now is a good system. It has a good structure. It has good consistency. And I do agree that there are several things that we could do differently to try to improve the quality of the matches and just make it more interesting to everyone. But we also need to keep in mind that we don't want the Planetside team only working on outfit wars, right? They don't have unlimited development power. And I can't lie, I would much rather see a new continent on 2021 than to see a better map for Desolation or a different version of Outfit Wars. So,
So can I add right now? Can I add
Yeah,
your
go ahead.
statement right now, saying that it's kind of hard to say because again, it is a good statement, but it's a tough statement to talk about because again, we want to focus on Outfit Wars for the next 4 weeks so we can help push to get your goal. So
no,
when
it isn't even a statement, Archie. You don't need to get it in there if
Thank
you
you.
don't want.
I was going to say like that's just not going to be a statement about Outfit Wars. It's just going to draw attention away from it. But I appreciate that.
No,
that was very well said. I think if we do this a little bit, having fun here, we might make a 1% change of support somewhere down the line. Somebody can structure this way better than I can. I don't have to do these damn streams. I'm just here to basically give feedback from people telling me, hey, Archie, do you guys think you're going to do a breakdown of Outfit Wars? I'm like, that sounds like a good idea. And this is what I did. And then I'm not here to cause drama. So I love you guys. let's go basically back to the top and let's talk about Odeon's statement now. Thank you so much, Orby. And if you have a comment, any of you guys have a comment about Odeon's statement, let me know your name, and then I'll try to go in order for how many people wish to have a statement on it. If I have everybody wishing to talk, I'm going to give you less than 30 seconds each. Let's
Lanzer.
go ahead and do. Lanzer, you have a statement to talk about something?
Odeon, after you all are done with your thing.
We're going in order based on Odeon's statement. Odeon's statement's next. Lanzer, you have your text topic. Here's the topic question, and you can have a statement on topic question of Odeon. Here is Odeon's. Oh God. No. How to solve double teams? Give the losing team a boost somehow. That was one statement. That was a good one. But this one's gonna be killer. Try to implement kills per points. 24 points. What was it? And then do an overhaul of the kill included. I'll let Odeon basically make this statement, and we'll have this discussion. Can I put a 5-minute timer on this, Odeon?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Go ahead.
I will stop at the correct time.
Yep.
So just to clarify, I'm not trying to quote unquote solve double teams. I think double teams are a part of the game and they're supposed to happen. If a double team didn't happen in our first outfit qualifier match, the other two outfits were doing something wrong. KN1 pushed the crap out of both of their home relics. If they didn't double team us after we got like a 150 point lead, they would have been playing the game incorrectly. That was a great match from 1TR and Goater, and it was an entertaining match. And I think that a lot of people agreed it was one of the most fun matches to watch. So solving double teams doesn't mean getting rid of double teams. It just means adding in disincentives for people to double team and not play for the win. That's really what I'm talking about here. And I think the best way to do that is to make it so that the team that is getting double teamed, let's say they're just flat out getting double teamed and they can't push out of their warp gate. Let's say they're not even a particularly skilled outfit and they're just getting double teamed because the other two outfits are playing Kingmaker. They're like, oh, one of us will win, but the third faction won't. If there are more kills available for the third place faction, making each kill worth 1 point gives them a slight edge in staying in the game or potentially coming back for a comeback victory. And that's basically it in a nutshell. And if you make each base worth 24 points per minute, then the bases will still be worth something, but the team that has more hedge to shoot at because they're getting double teamed have a chance to come back. That's basically it.
So my question is this: to verify, how did you think of 24 points? Where did that data come from?
24 points would be for one base every minute, right? Most players, you can gauge players' performance in game based on kills, based on their kills per minute. So if you have 24 points for one base, it's the equivalent of having 2 squads of guys who are getting a kill per minute, basically. That's why I made it 24 points, so that in everyone's minds, they can do a quick calculation in their head and say, hey, we have two KPM guys or one KPM guys. We can't afford to sacrifice that base and just rely on getting kills as we're getting double teamed, things like that.
Okay. And
Nice.
I heard your perfect statement. Is anybody here want to add to that statement or retract that statement or want to indulge it? Anybody interested?
Yeah, just something to add.
So Bodafest interested? Anybody else? Let's make sure we get all the names before we basically close it.
Lanzer.
Lanzer wants to speak. Anybody else? Perfect. We're going to keep it to Bodafet and Lanzer, and then we'll basically end the subject after I go back to Odeon to make his closing statement. Go ahead, Bodo, and then we'll go to Lanzer.
Just something to add. I think it's a very good idea, and I was talking about this before last week, saying how it's a really good 5-head way to like solve opportunities. The only issue that I know a lot of people will have with this is that they'll feel like this will allow teams to abuse really good infantry players to just stack kills on top of getting a winning position of having a bunch of bases timers and ticking.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going to say this statement that he's making is a very good statement and a step in the direction, but in terms of balancing it and how much score a match should be, or the points to base capture tick rates and all that, it's going to be a huge complicated discussion. And I think just going forward on this topic, we probably shouldn't really get into that. Just the fact that it's an idea going towards a common direction that we probably want to see, which is we want to make sure that two teams can't just say to a third team, no matter what, you're coming last place. So it's a great idea. I just think we should talk about it in a certain way. Be respectful of it.
Sounds good. Sorry if I'm not trying to read chat right now. Go ahead. What's the next person? Lancer.
So I would take a different approach from what Bodafet was just saying. I appreciate what you said about that. I think that's awesome that Odigan came up with a 25-meter target in terms of how to solve the problem based on his suggestion. I think that's awesome that you just researched that. Kind of gave me a good idea for how that would work, and yeah, I think you hit the target. Even if the numbers are going to change, the fact that you give a reward based on that. I had some thoughts based on implementing NS, like having NS systems, the NPCs spawn on behalf of the defenders who are getting double teamed, and my and the last point is when I've heard a lot of people mention how to disincentivize through culture and through you can't have two people do it and penalize accounts. When we were doing server smash, we had something like that called the fairness doctrine, and for a long time it was 2 sentences, and I refused to make it any longer. But eventually things like Matherson Gate happened, and there was just so much that happened that fairness doctrine ended up becoming more of like a codex than a cultural statement, something to adhere to. So I think it's very hard to police, and we tried doing that in Server Smash, and it ended up imploding at the very end. We had to redesign it. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I just put the
Arshee,
poll
can
in.
I make a clarification comment?
Yeah. Of course. You
So,
guys have your closing statement.
Arshee, the thing that you said earlier in the night was really important. You were trying to say, listen, just because it's not your idea of what a competition is, doesn't mean it's not competitive.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are falling into that mental trap. And a lot of people are also falling into the mental trap of, oh, it's a double team, therefore it's not fair. Not once in that first Alpha Qualifier match was I saying, this isn't fair, we're being double teamed. I was like, you know what? Let's fucking suit up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem. You're fine. Thank you so much.
Dude, I have such a potty mouth.
Okay,
I'm
man.
so sorry.
That's okay. As soon as you said it, I was just like, that's fine. But thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. It's
Wash your
okay.
hands.
Oh, yeah, go wash your hands. I didn't say anything.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
So next question I have for you.
The last thing I wanted to say
go ahead.
was that it's not about stopping double teams. It's about trying to mitigate the potential for malicious double teams that aren't in the sense of good competition and sportsmanship. That's what it's about.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's just when we talk about this topic, I know this specific topic could go for 30
I
minutes.
know.
So.
That's why I put a 5-minute timer, and I just hit. But who wants to briefly touch on it?
Surf.
Can I do a 1-minute timer?
Yeah.
Okay. So briefly
just-
touch on it, and we'll go Odian for
Just to
final.
briefly touch it, just because you mentioned it, the whole fact of like specifically when you said malicious double team, I know that it's referencing to our match specifically. I feel like that match, I just want to get it out there. It is purely the only reason why that occurred
I
is
wasn't
because of
actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
No,
never
I
mind.
wasn't referring to your match at all.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
Remember, their server also has a double team as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know it's.
I wasn't
it's
even
always,
referring to
it's
that
like
one, Arshee.
it's all over the place, but
Yeah.
I
know.
basically because the Reddit is saying it's like a malicious double team and stuff like that. But just to get it clarified, since I'm there, is just the reason why it happened was purely because of the format. The current format, in order for R18 to make it out, we needed to win, and otherwise you would have a full outfit that could fit 80 plus people who want to play Outfit Wars and are solely playing the game and getting on every night because they're practicing nonstop for Outfit Wars to lose because we got placed against the best team on our server and possibly all servers twice in a row with the same other team as well. It was an unfortunate circumstance that we wanted to go ahead and take advantage of because we wanted to keep playing Outfit Wars because of how much fun it is.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Can
man.
I add one other quick thing? I think that 1 kill per minute outfits, for example, are going to always be double teamed by outfits that are significantly worse, and that's just a natural thing. Just because to not do that just means you're automatically going to lose. So sometimes that just has to happen.
Here's something though, pigs, right? We were down 15 players, in that last Outfit Wars, right? We could not have won. Okay, we could not have won. Recursion could have. They could have won that.
That's really basically nice of you to say.
That's true. It's true. They could have won it, right? But like, we pushed the line and that was it, right? We stuck to what we were going to do and we didn't falter, right? And that's what got me thinking about the game and that, because there's a lot more tactics I just learned in Outfit Wars by just doing something totally different.
Yeah, and how cool would it have been if Recursion won despite the double team? That would have been an epic story. That would have been
True,
entertaining as
it
hell.
would have been, and they would have had the bragging rights of saying they ganged up on us, but we still beat them.
When they cut us off at the warp gate, we were all just like nonstop. We have to try to get it back no matter what. It was an amazing match, and the fact that Recursion held on as long as they did, given the circumstances, just speaks wonders to them. Like R18 has no other words except for respect to Recursion, and we're sorry. Basically, if it was other circumstances, we wouldn't have done it. But given the current circumstances, it was just we wanted to keep playing Outfit Wars, so we took as much help as we could.
Well said. I'm going to basically put a stop on that. We've basically been past 5 minutes, and let's go to the next subject. We have that subject coming up still. Let's do one call for everybody here in this chat. Do you guys want to go for another 15 minutes? And then as soon as that 15-minute timer is up, I want to give you guys an opportunity to have the ability to leave if you have to go, because I know that you all have
I'm
your
going to have to go, Archie, mate.
Let's just do that. Thank you so much, Pal Tiger, for stopping by. I appreciate you basically maintaining TOS and family friendly. Everybody in this entire chat, you guys have been freaking awesome. If you have to go right now, feel free. Again, next Sunday, we're going to have some new changes here, and I'm going to have a channel specific to Alpha Wars breakdown rules, and that way we know how to move through it. And so please make sure you're on time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll probably have a limit of players able to talk about it next week. And then we will basically take the people who have had their statements from next week and then basically ask them to step down to let other people step up to have their chances to be heard if we're having the same contestants come over. But if there's room, we'll bring you in for sure. There'll be a lobby, and I don't know how the hell I'm going to do it orderly, but I'll try my best and forget the rest. I'll have a channel that says like, hey, first come, first serve type here. And your chat will basically be available at 2 p.m. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. But see ya. Take care. Zemos.
I'll send you a DM, Archie, about my feedback, but I need to go as well.
Thank you so much, Hannibal, for just send me a DM. and
Hannibal,
we'll
you can
talk
put
about
my
that.
stamp of approval on that too.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
That's
See you
good
guys.
as well.
Thanks for your discussion, man. I appreciate that.
No, of course. You guys are
Much
awesome.
love to Ref.
Thank you.
Well,
If
thank
anybody
you,
else,
guys.
if anybody else has to go, this is a great time to do so.
Yeah, I got to step out too. It was fun, guys. And in terms of that feedback, Archie, I'm just going to put it straight in your channel, and hopefully we can make this better and better and better, and just get more people getting their thoughts across.
It's up to you guys to make this format easier for all of us to enjoy. And it's the same thing as this whole Outfit Wars. We're creating an Outfit Wars breakdown feedback. You can go to the ArsheeTV feedback channel right above and post anything you want. I do read it thoroughly. I've gotten feedback from people saying that I was disrespectful eating popcorn, and I did apologize to the individual. And so I won't eat on these debates, so that way we can make sure that I stay focused. But I gotta say, I am influenced by chat. You guys do make me smile a lot and make me giggle, and I don't know why the hell I do that. It's because you guys are super creative. So I apologize if I'm smiling in the middle of a conversation, because there's some creative people in damn chat. Is there anybody else that would like to leave?
Disrespected popcorn? My gosh.
Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that later.
All right, you guys take it easy.
No problem. Take care,
See
brother. All right, let's go ahead and basically make sure that there's no one else is able to come into this group. This is going to be a closed group. We're going to try to finalize it, get this group a chance to feel like they had a chance to speak on these next subjects. Odian, is there anything else you'd like to add before we go to the next subject?
I just wanted to say I am so sorry again. I feel awful.
Dude, you're fine. You're fine. I love you, bro. Don't
All
worry.
right, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry.
You're awesome, dude. Let's go and make sure I pull that. Hold on.
Those ones too. I know how you feel, bro.
We're gonna go and take a snipping of this one. Looks like you guys said should kills be included. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that and bring it into this little space for Odian to show the proof that we discussed it.
I will say this. My idea, although it's good, is just one of many ideas that could be implemented. The other idea that Zealous had is another one that could help just, soften the blow when people are doing things that are uncouth or not sportsmanship or not sportsmanlike. You know.
Mm-hmm. What's
Free
that?
orbitals.
Yeah, just unlimited
Free
orbitals. Yeah. Whoever that said that, I didn't say anything. All right. I think we're gonna go ahead and basically get the next section here. So right now, Schmitty and Thel, Two Doggy, Robo CPF, are not here. So we're gonna basically step away from their statement so we can get the people that are actually live here. Poison AI is not here, as well as Remained MNA. And Charlotte Plett is not here, as well as British and Padawana Chichi and Copris. So I'm going to skip their messages. So if they do show up next time, they're in front of the line. Let's just go down and see who's now still here. Now we have VCBC Fook is next on his statement based on the order, because I'm skipping Thels and Smitty's to give them a chance to be a part of that conversation. Let's go to matchmaking system. Ghost matches, no shows prevented the teams who were full from advancing. That's what Fook wants to talk about. Fook, would you like to elaborate?
Yeah. So so last week on Miller, we had a Miller meeting, right? And one of the things that became very, very apparent to us was the matchmaking and all that. So like out of 32 outfits that participated, only 19, or I'm sorry, 19 were no shows, and only 13 actually showed up, right? So that was a really big problem with just matchmaking in general, which led to this scenario now where you have these ghost matches, where people would just win. They go through the playoffs. It really skewed up a lot. It really skewed a lot of the matches and the placement and just what the tournament is going to shape up to look like, to be honest. And now they did mention that they're going to change that to you need 48 people to sign up to stop the ghost fits, which I think is a good I think that that's a good direction, but that's not going to solve the problem. That's just going to stop one person from signing up an entire outfit. um so you'll still have outfits struggle to pull people. So I kind of do feel it's more multifaceted issue, which we did bring up earlier in the stream about say like different brackets might be a suggestion for this, where you have like a 12v12 or a 24v24 format, something like that, so that the mid fits and the smaller outfits have a chance.
So can I call this different game modes?
Yeah, I suppose so. But which also then kind of circle back to what we keep talking about, which what is the spirit of the game? Is it meant to be competitive? Is it meant to be casual? If you go
Well,
with something, if you go with something like this with multiple game modes, it allows the option for everything effectively.
the problem with that is I'm not trying to basically be the one to debate on this one. If you have a 12v12 design, 24 by 24 design, 48 versus 48 design, I will be hyper competitive in all of them if I was actually playing this game. And I'm talking about to the point where I would try to win in all of them, so that way I can be the Olympic winner on all the different game modes. Just my kind of game style. I'm also an extremely casual player as well. When it comes to games, I want to be casual about. But if I'm the type of person that wants to dominate and destroy the servers like I did back in Lineage 2 when I played that hardcore grinding game, I wanted to see basically, everything around me be my name on everything and destroy and conquer. That's what you do as a guild leader. But
right.
Arshee, could I add on to that?
Yeah, please.
So that's literally the exact same mentality that like we had, where we want to be as competitive as possible, but given the circumstances, like for those of you who don't know, like we got placed against Recursion, the best outfit on Connery, probably even the game, at least in our perspective. They completely mopped the floor with us the first round. We were like, all right, well, we'll go on to the next match. When we found out that we got placed the exact same teams again, we are playing to win and try to be competitive as possible. We don't want to sit there and get rolled over again. And we have the sole mentality of just like we want to win and play and keep moving on to the next match and actually place people that are of our skill level. Recursion is not our skill level. They are way better players than us. And a lot of what happened was that given the matchmaking and the way it was set up is that if we place second, we were going to get kicked out for an outfit who only had 9 players, and they were able to get free wins because they ended up playing against 2 no-shows. And we would have been knocked out because they got a win, and 2 second place finishes doesn't get us enough points to beat that one outfit who got the 1 win because they got no-shows. And other outfits who also were going to get other no-shows this week would have got 3 points, and we would have been knocked out even with our 2 points.
I agree. I think it's the current system basically not allowing Alpha 3 to be as successful as you guys all wish it to be. Sadly, the system had to be applied before all those changes could occur, but Rel is looking into it. He has it on his Twitter page on how to fix this issue for the future.
Hey, Surf, can I ask you something about that too? Because we had a similar thing, VCBC, where we were paired up in both matches against the same outfit in our match. And we didn't really have a problem with it necessarily. But in your instance, right, where you're paired up against somebody who will just handily beat you, and then you're paired up with them again the next week, did you guys have problems like getting people to show up and like morale?
Oh,
And
dude.
like, what were the knock-on effects?
The morale, we stayed up till midnight to find out who we were getting placed, and as soon as I looked at it, everybody in the Discord was just like a curse word, curse word, curse word, curse word. Like, why is this is completely and utterly messed up? And morale was dropped to bottom low. Like, it wasn't until like midway through the week where I think it was Pale Tiger actually approached us and was saying like, hey, we're actually going to bring some guys in and we need to focus Recursion because we can't let them win. And we're like, well, we want to keep playing Outfit Wars. We're going to take this help. Why not? So, I mean, we wanted to keep it going, and that's what gave us the morale to keep it going, but it was still struggling to get people in until the very last minute because people were like, we don't want to get destroyed by Recursion again.
Right. Well, that was actually something that I wanted to ask was how close did you guys actually come to pulling out? Because I am 100% certain that some outfits in your situation and VCBC's situation that got a bad draw did pull out on week 2. Like without
Amongst the leadership, including myself, we were 50-50 as to whether or not we should just make it a meme and just do what other outfits did during their no-show games where they just made bases of male genitalia. Speaking of integrity of the Outfit Wars, that's very integral. We could have done that
From my
and just made it a
observation,
complete
it was a building, and
yeah,
I don't really know what you mean.
It was a building. Yep, I agree.
I did not hear about that. Amazing.
Yeah, there was multiple outfits that did that in their no-shows.
Yeah.
We could have done that, but we decided to at least make it a show of it, and we accepted Pig's help, and we weren't even sure we were going to win with Pig's help. We were that like morally dropped down to where we were like, Recursion is that good. Like, even on live, we take a full platoon to their 2 squads on average, and they give us such good fights because they are really good players. And then when you
Archie, I'd
put
like
a
to
full
input on that.
platoon, it's just like, where do you even like? How do you even begin to approach that from a casual outfit base? Like, you're going against literally the best of the best.
Well said. I appreciate that. I want you guys to continue talking about this subject, but I need water. This damn honey is making my entire mouth completely dry. I had 4 water bottles. I finished them all. That's why I'm constantly using the restroom. But
well, you should refill the water bottle.
I wish I could, but I have to go downstairs. Let's go into
Just
a
have,
quick 2-second break. I'm gonna go get my water, and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys?
I feel like he needs like
have fun.
Thank you guys. 1 second. Be right back, guys. We'll basically go to Be Right Back screen. We'll see you guys in just a second, and we'll go to Lanzer right after this.
I feel like he needs like a portable.
right, we're officially back live. We're going to go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to go ahead and put a 15-minute timer to go ahead and do an all call, and then we'll basically end it. We're going to finalize some statements here, and we're going to leave this for next Sunday to have these discussions in full. And we're going to basically do a very more... Oh my god, thank you so much. Fish Stranger 75. And you're amazing. You're breathtaking, by the way. You didn't have to do that. Again, I'm not doing this for basically money. I want to make sure you guys know that. Again, because it's a monetized channel now, you guys can donate. This is not basically meant for that. I just hear you guys DMing me, putting it in the feedback channel, letting me know personally what you guys want. I check my time schedule, and this is what I do on my free time. And you guys are awesome. So thank you guys for your support as well. Let's go ahead and have that conversation from Lanzer, who's going to finish off with the debate that we had earlier on. Whose subject was it? Fuchs. On the subject of matchmaking.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Well, that was actually something we were talking about, like just now, right? Because it's like it's like these knock-on effects, right? It's because like we were just talking about R18. So like let's just say next week they're paired with the same guys again, right? How do you convince your guys to show up now for the playoffs against the same team that 3 times in a row that you're not having fun playing? Right. So like what are the solutions for this, I suppose, right? Would be like, you know, a better matchmaking system or a better overall assessment of skill, because like Planetside 2 does track this. There is the 1v1, there's your KD, there's stuff like this. So you can sort of figure out roughly how good a player is.
Just
right?
a different matchmaking system would be perfect, like you described, giving you an opportunity to where if you played one team, you don't play them until you played all the other teams. That's the simplest truth is that. And it's not that much in depth that way to go into the API system just to identify people's skill levels. That's not possible. And it's just way too much of a headache. I would recommend just going down the World Cup system that exists out there. You have luck involved. Luck is a factor. You will get rage twisted from SKL, get it? No, you will get this, like, you will get pissed if you just got unlucky. And it would really be cool to see people pull out of name, out of a bracket, to see where those names land and make this into a huge tournament style delivery and make everyone around the world excited to watch this. And it would be the new system. There's so many ideas that we can do here, but the biggest thing we want to say is the current matchmaking system. We already know Rel already stated that 48 people have to sign up for the next system. So that's not what we're talking about. We're just trying to add value to the idea that how do we prevent no-shows from advancing? 48 people, if they choose to not want to show up the next match because of R18 situation, solving it by not making him fight the same team twice in a row, regardless of a win or a loss. That's a simple solution. There's other ones that they can think of. I think overall we basically brushed on it really well, but Fu, could we not add anything else?
No. I mean, that's pretty it. Like, because honestly, it's hard to get right. Like, I do empathize with them. Like PSB, it took them like 4 years to really figure this out, right? like
Yeah,
let's
it
be
did.
fair, you know.
So
So
we never really truly figured it out, honestly.
right.
We just dealt with it as best we could.
Yeah. So you know, it is hard. So I mean, like, yeah, but simple's probably better in this, you know, for this.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Let's go ahead and basically move to the next. We have about 12 minutes left before we call it. Let's go do the next subject as best as we can for the final. Pale Tiger's not here right now. We'll talk about that when he gets back for another time. We have 2 Raft Comrade Yuri. Think about a new method to allow vehicles to take capture points and take the pressure off infantry. When we say take the pressure off infantry, what that means is at the current state of the game, infantry is the main focus on the A, B, C, all the way to the G, if I can do my alphabets right. They are the only ones that can capture a point. They cannot really capture with an aircraft or a vehicle unless if you drop it down from the sky or you do some crazy tactics with construction or you miraculously pull it off with a freaking galaxy. But the point is, it's more emphasis on infantry taking bases on Alpha Wars. What are your thoughts about that, Comrade Yuri? We'll add to that comment so people can hear your statement, and then we'll put your last one at 10 minutes for anybody else to chime in.
Yeah, I just wanted to reiterate that I am a new player. I've only have like 180 hours, about 3 weeks worth on the game, and I'm talking from a very subjective perspective. Like, I am an infantry grunt, so I mainly play infantry. But I do want to give words of reassurance to like the developers if they are listening to this, that Alpha Wars is a lot of fun. Like from a new player coming in, the Alpha Wars was one of the things that got me hooked on this game. It is a lot of fun. The inside of the donuts, the infantry play is amazing in Alpha Wars itself.
Nice.
Like I genuinely enjoyed playing in the regiment, actually like fighting in this very fast-paced combat. So I gotta say, props to that. It's amazing. And I just wanted to give like it's an idea. It's not even a criticism because I don't think I have any right to criticize this game at the stage that I'm at. Plus, I'm not like an outfit leader, so I'm not in charge of a lot of people. But just from a perspective of like a new player coming in and playing this FPS, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was intentional for Alpha Wars to have separate like vehicles against vehicles and infantry against infantry, sort of for I guess maybe matchmaking purposes or gauging for how well they perform. But I would have thought that maybe if Desolation could have some aspects where uh, vehicles can also be used for point captures, like specifically armor. This way, that it's more of like the traditional continent combat that I've seen, where infantry can engage armor more readily, as opposed to it's more incentivized, if that's a way to put it.
I'd like to input.
Go ahead.
So we, Devil Dogs, we played yesterday, and we played against NSVS and Fool, two really talented outfits, and we knew that going in that at a 1-to-1 level, we didn't have as I guess you could say high KD players as they did, and we knew that, so we had to account for it in different ways. And one of the ways was to base build and try and engage with armor, and even with those tactics, and doesn't matter whether we were familiar with it or not, the map, we had a lot of difficulty matching them, even at 1-for-1 and even 2-for-1 at times. So that, I mean, your comment, comrade Yuri, is well appreciated. We definitely felt the heat, even when we were doing infantry and base building and all the counters that we would have against things like air.
Well said. Anybody else want to add to that on that example? Are you guys for or against this idea about having new methods on capturing these bases?
Yeah, I would like to give some input.
Perfect. So Orby's interested, Purdue's interested. Anybody else?
I can talk about it.
I am too.
Zealous. Let's just do this. Let's just have
Jason
everybody
is.
have a chance to go basically talk about this. We'll just finalize over
This
there.
is a big one.
Let's go from Fook. Fook, anything you want to add?
Yeah. So
And then we're gonna go Orby, and then we're gonna Ish, and we're gonna go Ordy, and we're just gonna get everybody a chance to say this, and we'll just cancel it from there. And then Fook, if you guys don't mind, all of you, this will be the final statement, and then we'll basically close it. We don't need to basically have outfit explanations, how we basically do any plugins. I want to send this level over to another streamer as well that's having this debate. Go ahead, Fook.
Awesome. Yeah. So one thing that I actually wanted to bring about when we were talking about this, like with like the different tactics and base building, which also bridges up on the map in general, right? Where you're talking about more vehicle utilization. What's everybody's thoughts? It's really just a question that you guys can talk about when you get your chances. What are your guys' thoughts on vehicle bases? Say like lowland trading post or something like that on Desolation. Just out of curiosity.
I would like it.
They're cute,
I
but
like
I
it.
don't think they're really useful.
I think it's susceptible to air. However, it definitely opens up a different strategy that you have to employ in order to get it. So I think it adds variety.
Ties into my comment, so I will add to it when my time comes.
Sounds good. All right, so let's go ahead and basically move to Orby. Fook, do you mind if I do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks, buddy. Let's go to Orby.
Okay, so the way I see it is when you are dealing with a competitive scenario, you need to have consistency, right? And even when we talked earlier about base diversity, because all the donuts look exactly the same and they're boring as hell, we all know that. The problem is consistency, right? Because if we are talking about creating a meta, if we're talking about making it competitive, we need to have a situation where every single time you're going to be under the same circumstance, and there's all the volatility that comes if you add in more complexity to it. So keeping it simple makes it more consistent and then more competitive. Adding vehicle play to it, I think has always been complicated for them to try to approach, because they wanted to do it, but they couldn't do it in the same way that we do in the live server, because there are too many variables on live, like in a normal continent. So they made Desolation just a desert place, an open space, like nowhere else. And the main purpose of Armor there is to just serve as a support for infantry play. I honestly don't see a way for them to implement more objective play to Armor in Desolation. It would just take the competitiveness away and create. I just think it would be another layer of complexity that would be too hard to deal and balance and just try to get right. If you leave it as a support role like it is, it can be still interesting. It can be used to a very effective degree, but you don't need to worry about all the complexity that comes with putting it inside of the grid system itself. So I don't know. I think it would be fun. It would be nice. It just would be very hard to make it concise and balanced.
Well said. Thank you so much, Orby. Surf.
I didn't really have much to say on that topic.
And I also want to say thank you so much for basically adding all this feedback earlier so we can understand R18's position.
Yeah,
And
I'm. Thank you for having me. And
yeah,
it was just like when I realized that you were doing this. Most of the other R18 guys, they're all Australian. They're either at work or just waking up in the morning. So I was like, well, I guess I'll hop in and just give our 2 cents on the situation. And I just hope that I know there's a lot of bad blood and everything with people saying people are gonna think what it is, and you know what we did, yeah, it was scummy, but I mean we had our reasons to go ahead and do it, and we just wanted to play, and we'll be playing in the next whatever the next match is. If it's recursion round 3, we'll probably just be having fun. We're not gonna do the same thing we did last time, that's for sure, because it's just a joke after that if that's the
Sounds good.
case, but should be fun.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Let's go to K1 Odian. Anything you want to add? Because we're right now running on time.
Oh,
Odian?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about the coughing, guys. I didn't realize my mic was hot before.
You're fine. I was coughing.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that vehicles are already a pretty big part of the Desolation map. You need them to support your transports in order to get to the location. So I don't see a need to make them able to cap the points too. They're already a big part of Desolation. So that's all I would say about that.
Thank you so much. You guys are making more clear, concise than ever. Purdue, spoiler, anything else you want to
add? Yes, I'd just like to add a statement.
Please.
So pretty much the statement comes from one of my good friends and one of my members, and I just want to get it in for him. But yeah, that being said, the opinions don't necessarily reflect leadership of 69 KD. He is a member with passion for the game and the community. But yeah, Outfit Wars, they feel like has been broken from the start, but they are not a developer, and we don't know the limitations of the engine in the game. But we have a close encounter with the 1v1v1, and from our personal view, it is not a great way to form a competitive environment. But we have had discussions of the Nexus many years back, New Continent discussions like Osher, and many other gameplay mechanics that would be fun and engaging, to say the least. But Desolation kind of just came out of nowhere. And like with little to no feasible work on it, we just feel like it's broken. Like especially week after week, when people find different ways to exploit parts of the map that may have been overlooked in testing in the past. But we feel like it doesn't. Outfit Wars does little to support that smaller outfits that have been around for years that chose to stay small, really tight knit communities and friends. But outfits that don't want 48 player platoons, for example, but rather 1 to 2 small squads that dominate and underpop. We have the mechanics down to a science, practice to perfect. to perfect their strategies at the variety of the bases that Planetside 2 has to offer. Because under and over in an overpop situation, you're most likely to lose a point defense or a point cap due to a variety of factors. That really makes this game unique and great, though, I might add. But one dead squad mate in a squad of 14 has much more weight than one death in a platoon of 48. Outfit Wars should have included all members of the community, and I think we could all agree on that. With different brackets for smaller sized outfits, it would reduce the need for ringers or outside help, as people call it, and make the need for alliances nearly negligent.
Or merges, right?
Yeah.
Or mergers too, is essentially, yeah.
Just
but
different
yeah,
game modes. Different game modes would solve a lot of problems, basically.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm with you right there, 100%, man. Yeah. But yeah, that's a statement. I just really had to get that out.
Oh, that's good. That was a good statement. I don't think that's a problem at all. That was a good, very clear, concise.
Yep, that's it, man.
You're awesome. Thank you, Producer Boiler, man. I appreciate it. Let's go over to have a great night. No joke. We'll basically get a chance to say goodbyes in just a second. Let's go to Kill Dead.
I think we covered my topic a good amount today regarding like how you're placed, what seed you're placed in, regarding no shows and how we're ranked in the brackets. So I'll just leave it as that. Thank you.
Well said, man. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you next week so we can actually go down more in depth on that if you can make it. I'm sorry for the timing. This is just, I didn't expect this popularity. Let's go to Zealous. Anything else you want to add to the 1v1? I mean, to the idea of more vehicles being added? I think you said it earlier.
Yeah, sure. So vehicles, I think basically there's different metas that are developing for different skilled outfits. So there has to be that context added in. Outfits, a lot of the time at the higher bracket, I'm noticing using ESFs a lot. So maybe a few vehicle bases to disrupt that might be useful.
Well said. Thank you. And then let's go to Lancer.
I think we covered what I was talking about earlier, and thank you for your time.
Of course, man.
I really enjoyed the discussion. Looking forward to next time.
I appreciate you guys, man. I'm super drained. I haven't got enough sleep, and I'm going to basically try to finish up here. Jason, Kane, anything you want to add? Thank you so much for your patience, man.
I've been quiet this whole time.
You're awesome. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I hope this was fun for you guys. And let's go back. Jason, anything to add before we go to Comrade?
I wish they could add NSOs to Outfit Wars.
Well said. I think we have a statement on that, but let me go add yours in there just in case we don't have it.
Will they probably add that after the NSO update, or
I have no idea, but it's a good idea to talk about.
We know there's a lot of NSO outfits, larger ones too, that could participate in Outfit Wars.
Yeah, put Lancers a +1 to that.
Nice. NSO and Outfit Wars.
NSO could also fill in for outfits that don't have 48 players.
Have a spot for it?
Yeah, they could. They have because they have the ability to go for lowest pop faction to basically help.
That is a nice one.
NSO
filling in for Smother.
Dude, we'll go on that topic next. It's a great idea. We have another person have it. I would want to make out with you guys right now. I'm just kidding. Let's go to Comrade Riori.
Yeah, I mean, just to close, I mean, thank you, Orby from SKL and OD from KN1 from, kind of opening my eyes to the difficulties of implementing armor to it. Because, I mean, I'm coming from a point of view of just grunt infantry, so I thought, like, if there was more incentive for infantry to engage armor, that would make, like, a bit of a difference in play. But I see how it could be difficult. And also, I mean, even if, again, I'm new to the game relatively, and I guess I would consider myself like an average player who plays infantry. Outfit Wars is a lot of fun, just the way it is, and due to the time constraint, it is so fast paced. So, I mean, overall, it's a very good experience.
Thanks, man. I want to say thank you to all of you guys for being here in the amount of time. It's been over 3 hours. I tried to make this 2 hours limit, and then I just get blown up on my DMs, and I'm like, this is way bigger than I thought. And so next time I come back, I'll be way more efficient on it, giving everybody a chance to understand the new format. I'm looking forward to seeing your DMs tonight. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm seriously just like drinking so much water that I think I flushed out all the food in my system. I love you guys, everybody in chat. If I have ignored you, not my intention here. I will basically get a chance to hang out with you guys throughout the week on Planetside and just play some games and hang out with you guys in your outfits if you guys want to just chill and shoot some mans and just play the game finally. But again, this was a lot of fun, guys. No joke. But I do want to basically share this love that you guys have here. I want to go and basically raid another passionate player that is Shocktor. He was basically going to get a chance to do an interview with me and A-Flick. A-Flick, he's the freaking, whatever, man, 60-pound freaking dumbbell curler. I can't wait to get to that stage so I can actually challenge him live on stream. I'm currently doing P90X to get to that level. Shocktor, an incredible... he does his own personal podcasts with a lot of cool individuals. He's actually interviewed Commander Sirius and many more of our entire community. So let's give some love over to Shocktor. I see him currently online, so let's go and throw it over to him.
Arshie, before you go, just to finalize, and I think I can speak for pretty much the entire community from all servers when I say this. Thank you very much, Arshie.
No, for sure. This community means a lot to me, no joke. And it's extremely hard to show that love without basically sitting here and trying my best. And but again, I don't think I can actually do this perfectly. So I'm going to do my best to listen to your feedback and come back to this at the same time. So,
but for real, you have no idea how much it means to all of us, like the community. Just have someone like you out there to give us all visibility. It really means a lot to all of us. So I think I can make my words the words of like pretty much everyone when I say thank you very much, man. You're doing an amazing job for all of us. And if Outfit Wars succeed, it's gonna be like greatly in part due to you. I 100%
I can't take that credit, guys. You already know that clearly. You guys came here. You guys came here. You maintained family friendly for me. You guys showed a level of respect. Stop. Go wash your hands, guys.
You're too good, man. Much love.
Just take the compliment and raid. Take it and raid.
Okay. Well, thank you. See you guys later. Make sure you guys maintain positivity and respect towards all of our entire community. We're gonna go and basically share that love over to Shocktor. I'll see you guys basically. I'll try to basically make announcements what I'm going to do next, but I've got a lot of homework on my hands. So I'll be tomorrow morning doing my workout from 8 to 12, and we'll see you guys in every morning for P90X. K Marie, thank you so much for basically modding the chat. All my moderators, I love you all, and everybody here basically maintaining it. See you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Know the limitations of the engine in the game.
And done.